Welcome to our sixth View from Home Hot Wheels Legends Tour. I'm Jared Dienda, and it's hosted by Dub Magazine and presented by Mobil 1. Really excited to be here. Los Angeles, California is where I'm calling you from. From your comfort of your own home, you get to experience a car show. You know what? We're going to do the walk-in. We're going to do the talking. Welcome again to Hot Wheels Legends Tour. 2018 was the first ever Legends Tour, and we got to be in physical form, and that was celebrating 50 years. Yeah, 50 years. That's how long those little cars have been around. And now you have an imprinted, idea of what cars are. They could be ridiculous and crazy like this. This is the Diora 2, which sits high above the Hot Wheels Legends Tour trophy. This is the trophy. This one vehicle will win this tonight. Eventually, one vehicle will sit atop this trophy, being immortalized as a Hot Wheels itself. So you guys submitted vehicles, 20 submissions here this evening. We have a bevy of very talented and qualified judges and hosts, and really excited. Love this event. This is, again, our sixth. So we did have a physical one at the beginning of the year. We had another one hosted by Hoonigans, and now here we are, 6 rounds into Hot Wheels Legends Tour 2020. So I want to take a look at our previous round winners, but with that, I bring in my very good friend, Colette Davis. Colette Davis, how are we doing? I know you're calling in from Florida. Look at that setup. You're such a busy gal. I know you had track day yesterday. I'm going to call you out. You were late because you were shredding. We had a rehearsal.
Rehearsals. Call me out.
I called you.
I ran back with my helmet, hair, and all, but I made it.
I only called you out because you're a very busy gal. Because you're going to be doing many different things today. You're my co-host. You're judging. I'm not a judge. I'm not real. I don't feel like I am, but I'm joking. You're a busy gal. But let's take a look at our previous round winners and I want you to talk about and elaborate about the Hot Wheels family, because you're part of the family. How cool is this Legends Tour and some of the vehicles we've already seen?
It's been amazing. I think, as you've seen as well, one of the craziest things about the Legends Tour is just the vast variety of vehicles that we get that enter the competition. We have everything from JDM to insane hot rods. We saw a hot boy hot rod even in the last competition.
Yeah, that Porsche Cayman we just saw, and now we're seeing that Pontiac Trans Am. Sorry to cut you off, but these are our previous round winners of Hot Wheels Legends.
Yeah, no, the entries have been wild. The Scorp Ion, this is one of my favorites from that round that won the round as well. But we are doing some wild entries, and I cannot wait to show everyone what we have in store for tonight.
Yeah, you talk about the Scorp Ion. The same builder of that vehicle built this vehicle. Now, this is the 2Jet Z. I love the 1959 Hulk Camino. That's, I mean, again, we'll get into the criteria of what's going down, but you could see that thing looks like a Hot Wheel, and all of these vehicles look like a Hot Wheel. And we'll get into all of just the criteria, what's going down. Disco Vet, that was our first and only physical event we had this year, so it was great to see, people coming together, joining around. Now our footprint is much larger, so tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your brother, your sister, don't hide your wife, don't hide your kids, because right now we're gonna have some fun, because we want to have a good time, right, Colette?
Yes, we're ready.
All right, so the finalists from this Hot Wheels Legends Tour virtual stop will go to the finale in Los Angeles in November, where we will choose the Hot Wheels Legend 2020 winner. Now, new for 2020, we have the Mobil 1 fan favorite. Now, we'll take the runners up, and basically they will be submitted via IG, Instagram, if you're kind of I guess you don't call it Instagram anymore. I heard something along those lines, but you get the opportunity to vote who will win the Mobil 1 fan favorite. Mobil 1 right here, available at Walmart, and we'll get into that as well. But you get to choose who you think is a Mobil 1 fan favorite, and we'll pool all of those winners from each stop, and the overall winner of the Mobil 1 fan favorite will go against each of the Legend Stop winners. So a lot of things going on. And then our media partner, Dub Magazine, and we'll get into who our special guest is and our judge, Dub Magazine, will pick a fan favorite as well, and it will be the overall Dub pick for bragging rights to say I was picked by Dub Magazine. So Colette, we'll be hanging out with you. Like I said, you're a judge, you're a co-host, but then lastly, what else are you doing here tonight?
I'm getting social. So we are streaming right now on the Hot Wheels Facebook page and my YouTube channel, which is just under my name, Colette Davis. Well, I'm going to be talking to you guys throughout this entire show, so do not be shy. We want to know what you think. Which car is your favorite? Who do you think deserves the win? And I'm going to have some surprise giveaways along the way. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway with one of our limited edition gasser diecasts that have been dropped for previous competition rounds. They usually sell out immediately, and this is your chance to get your hands on one. So make sure you're paying attention. We're going to be giving away 2 throughout the show tonight. So we're going to be giving those away on the Hot Wheels Facebook page, where we are live streaming with some questions coming up.
Yeah, definitely want to hear what the fans have to say about vehicles. Love it, hate it, somewhere indifferent, but regardless, Colette, you're like the early Mrs. Claus. You're just going to be sprinkling some goodness on them with some gassers. So let's take a preview at the 20 vehicles we're going to be seeing here, as we have a variety. Colette, that's the biggest thing here. It might be hosted by Dub Magazine, but they're not all going to have Dub wheels on them. Right out of the gate, the NSX, we got a rail ride. I mean, I don't even know what this, I've seen some of these vehicles. Buick Riviera, one of the most iconic body lines. But what do you think about the field of 20 vehicles we've seen, Colette?
It's wild. I was actually just reviewing all the videos right before we started this, and I'm really excited about tonight's lineup. I don't know. I know I'm supposed to eventually pick my top 3, and I'm struggling a lot. So I'm going to use this time when we go through all of them one by one again to try and narrow down my top 3, but it's going to be hard tonight.
Yeah, the C10, you're seeing the 2002, couple NSXs up in the mix. Okay.
Yep.
All right, weird flex. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, look at this thing. I mean, that does have
Wild.
Dubs. A Di Tommaso Pantera, that doesn't look like the 73 lines. So this is just what? That thing is a full tube chassis slingshot. Whoa, my goodness. So this is just a taste of things to come. This is a quick little appetizer. You know when you order something and somebody else orders the flaming fajitas going past you? That's what's going on right now. These are the flaming fajitas that you get to dive into. Colette, I'm glad I made you laugh. At least that's one person, right?
One. You got me.
Well, I appreciate it. So here's our run of show. We're about to meet the judges. After that, we'll get into the judging criteria. That's what I was talking about earlier. We have our main competition. We have vehicles 1 through 10. We have a halftime special guest, and we're going to have Mr. Cartoon with us. Mr. Cartoon is a famed, not only a tattooer, but an artist, an icon, and an LA original, which he has featured on his Netflix movie, aside his homeboy Esteban Oriol. Then we go into main competition 11 through 20. We have our judges' top 3. We have our Hot Wheels Design Spotlight, which is going to be really fun, where we break down customizing some Hot Wheels. So if you're not already doing this, pay attention. You might find a new hobby here. And Mr. Paxton Booth will be joining us. He's going to be chiming in, talking with our Hot Wheels designers. Then we'll hear from our Dub pick, our Dub judge, about to be introduced here. Our Mobil One special guest, Mark Arsenal from Fat Lace and Illis, a good friend of mine. We're fellow birthday brothers. Our relationship goes back quite a long time, so it's great to catch up with him, either in person, but now virtually. And then we'll find out who is our Legends Tour 6 round winner. Are you guys ready? And again, you guys, you judges, you can't speak up because I'm about to introduce you. Are you ready, judges?
Yes.
Okay.
Ready.
Thank you.
Ready.
Thank you. Yeah, you can chime in. You can chime in because you're behind the curtain right now. And there they are. Look at that. So Colette Davis is joined alongside our judges. And right out of the gate, I'll tell you what, because none of the other judges are listening, or none of the other Hot Wheels designers are listening, probably one of the best backdrops I've seen. Hot Wheels designer, 16 years. He is the design director of diecast vehicles at Mattel. Brian Benedict. Brian, like I said, kudos to the backdrop there. Really well done.
Thanks,
And,
man. Thanks for the introduction.
Oh, I mean, again, I was just talking about your background, but your accolades run into you used to work in real car design, 10 years. You designed
That's
for
right.
Honda, Mercedes-Benz, Mitsubishi, Ford, GM, Chrysler, among many others, including even Chinese cars. And I like this little
right.
factoid here. You're the big kid who never grew up. Why is that?
That's true. I just love toys. I love cars. I love pop culture. And the really cool thing is, being a part of Hot Wheels, I get to be involved in all of that. And so it's just really exciting. I just get to be a kid every day.
And last night during dress rehearsal, we had some conversations, make sure we're technologically sound, and I think everybody has some great grace. But will the guinea pig make a cameo tonight?
Oh, I didn't tell my daughter to bring her down, so maybe not.
Your favorite popular design is the Darth Vader character car, and how here we are taking real cars and turning them into Hot Wheels. How cool is that the Darth Vader car became a real car? That's kind of reverse engineering of what we're doing here with Legends.
Yeah, absolutely. It's super exciting to be able to do that. Yeah. Leaving the car industry, that was one thing. It was like, oh, am I going to miss actually making real cars? And lo and behold, I got to do the same thing here at Hot Wheels. So it's super exciting to be able to be a part of that build, design that car, and introduce it to the public.
That's awesome, man. Really cool. So thank you for joining us here, Brian. Next up, another fellow Hot Wheel designer. You can see him right there in the middle. Oh, look at the LED back. Oh, he's trying to flex. He didn't have the lights last night, but maybe because it's his birthday. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, happy. No, we're not going to do that. Happy birthday to our next Hot Wheel designer, Ralph. Hey, I understand you're about to drop some liquid hot fire. Because do you have any albums dropping anytime soon? I heard you're not only a Hot Wheels designer, but you're making music as well.
Yeah, that's true, man. I just put some tracks up on my SoundCloud, Ralphie Boy Beats. Go check it out if you want. But I mainly make music so that I can listen to in my car as I drive around El Segundo.
Yeah, and you got is that a Challenger back there? Is that what it is?
It's a 2019 Dodge Challenger, Scat Pack wide body. I like the moon in that thing as well. I'm super excited to be here, bro.
No, I appreciate it, man. Again, happy birthday to you. 21 years old, man. Congratulations, man. You look You look great. You don't look a day past 28. So I'm just kidding. Speaking of 8, your favorite vehicle, the V8 Chop Shop Bone Shaker. Why is that?
Oh, so I got to work on it. Basically, I got to do I'm a graphic designer for Hot Wheels. I work on Hot Wheels diecast vehicles. So that's one that I hold close to my heart. I was able to do a livery on it, and I put Larry's V8 Chop Shop. It's an homage to Larry Wood, one of the original Hot Wheels designers. And me being on the brand now, it was just like paying tribute, paying honor to a legend.
That's awesome, and that's that respect, right? Just where being part of this 50-plus-year-old company, it's and we'll get into the criteria here, but I like that. I think there's a profound respect. You being there 7 years, which is a good amount of time, but also it's a short amount of time, and you know the history and the DNA of Hot Wheels. Definitely,
and I want to give a big shout out to Ted Wu and Brian Benedict and the whole Hot Wheels Dream Team for letting me be here tonight. We do a lot of work behind the scenes to make this awesome product, and so I just want to shout out everybody that I get to work with on the daily. They say it takes a dream work to make it takes a teamwork to make the dream work.
Got it. I knew what you're saying. I would have messed that up too, and that's coming from an announcer. So, speaking from, so thank you so much, Ralph, for joining us here. Next up, I talked about Dub Magazine. Here he is. This gentleman is co-founder of Dub Magazine, but I personally have seen him just develop the Dub brand from the 90s and early 2000s. So now here he is, millions of dollars. Great. And I love all, before everything shut down, you and I did a SEMA event together, and just listen to you talk and rap out about your philosophy and where you're at. And I got to expose you, man. And if anybody that follows Miles on Instagram, you'll know this, but not a lot of people. You own Dub Magazine. It should be big wheels, right? But you're more into dirt. You like getting dirty as opposed to rolling on the street.
I've had the Lambos and the Ferraris and lived that Dub lifestyle, but I'm 47, going to be 50, in a couple of years. So I joke about it, saying I prefer some of the OEM fitments now. The car companies are doing a much better job, but don't get it twisted. I like it, but I've been a motocross fan since I was 11, so I'm very passionate about dirt. So you got to own a truck, take it off road.
It makes sense. You got to pull your toys, right? So, and just to give people an idea of Miles Kovac's brand and Dub Magazine, started with $10,000, and in 2013, $20 million, and that business has grown to not just be a magazine, but it's purely an enterprise and kind of a whole kingdom of big wheels and lifestyle and brand. Dub is synonymous with many different things, not just big wheels. It's quite a brand, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Been totally blessed. Totally blessed.
And remember, you got to pay attention, Miles, because you have the Dub pick. There can be only one. So you got a big responsibility, and you're doing it by yourself.
And I might shock some people. So just, pay attention. Let's go.
Look at, dude, Miles just creeping up on fools. Like, what? What do you want? You want some of this? Miles Kovacs. Next up, thank you for joining us here, Miles Kovacs. Next up, this is a great friend of mine, as are all of you. Ralph, we haven't met, but Brian, we had the pleasure of meeting. But this dude, I've seen him shred high in the sky. We've partied before. We've had some good times. This gentleman right here, originally from Chile, he is joining us from Menifee, California, out at Woodward West. Say hello to Coco Zarita. Coco, what's up, homeboy?
What's up, my man? How you doing? Thanks for the invitation and having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it is you're a car guy. You have a couple hot rods. You turned your GTR into a drift car. You've built your Toyota trucks. Your Nissan truck. I don't want to offend you. Sorry, my bad. But you're a car guy. How being from Chile, did you grow up with Hot Wheels there internationally as well?
Oh, 100%. We had them there. I had plenty of them. I was always begging my dad to get new little Hot Wheels every time we'll go to the grocery store. And it sucked because every time they had different models. And it was really hard to convince my dad to get me a new toy every time we'll go to the grocery store. But it's part of the culture for sure.
And you really give back to your native country. You actually recently expanded the Signal Park in Santiago, Chile.
Yeah, so I have my own bike park, and now we're starting to allow skateboarding, scooter kids, mountain bike. We're trying to grow this even to be an Olympic facility for 2021, hopefully.
Awesome. And how cool would it be, just to give the fans that are watching, how cool would it be for either one of your vehicles, or primarily I'd say the GTR, right? How cool would that be for that vehicle to be immortalized as a Hot Wheel?
It's insane. It's such a dream. Like, this competition is such an amazing opportunity for people that really take their builds to the next level. You know, every time I think of Hot Wheels diecast car, it's like it has to be like extremely insane. It has to it has to have a lot of work done to it, you know, and a lot of creativity. So this is one of the things that we're gonna be seeing today. I'm excited.
I love it. Yeah. Hey, calm down, Coco. And of course, last but not least, we talked about just her multiple duties here. Colette Davis, how awesome is this event? We talked about it on the front end, but now we have our judges, hosted by Dub Magazine, presented by Mobil 1. Now we're also, of course, our partner with Walmart. Nitto Tires jumping on board. But overall, you got to be chomping at the bit to get your car immortalized as, I think it's illegal if you enter your vehicle in this Legends Tour. I think there's an inside job. But how cool would it be for your vehicle?
I've sent so many videos, Jared. They just keep getting denied. No, I'm just kidding. No, but that would be amazing. You know, that's why everyone is entered in this competition, to be immortalized as a Hot Wheels diecast. So to be able to do that with one of my cars would be absolutely incredible. And one of the cars that I'm really excited about right now is my 3-rotor RX-7 FC, which should have our first track day within the next 2 months. Maybe. So it's huge. It'll be a huge moment for that car. A lot of development has gone into it, so I'm excited.
I'm excited because you're going to be just getting the love out there. You're going to be, anybody talking right now? Is anybody chatting it up online right now, either, again, on Hot Wheels Facebook or your YouTube page? Anybody chatting it up yet?
Yeah, we got people watching, engaging with us, waiting to see what we have in store. So I'm hitting them already.
Hold on. We're buffering right now. We're buffering. We're buffering. All right. Want to thank our partner shout out. Thank you so much as Walmart.com. Walmart.com is our partner since day one. Without our incredible partner since the beginning of this Legends Tour, like I said, back a couple years ago, 2018, celebrating 50 years. During this live stream, you have a chance to take home the special edition. Let me grab it over here. This is the Sun Again. If you have not seen this is designed by the iconic designer Larry Wood. You heard Ralph talk about him. Now, how do you acquire this vehicle right here? Well, what you're going to do is go to walmart.com/Hot Wheels, and you're going to build your own bundle in walmart.com/Hot Wheels, and you have a brand new items like Mobil 1 oil, of course. You got Hot Wheels merchandise to choose from. You can take a look. You got merchandise like this. You got tote bags, and you're going to put that in there, and then you're going to have access to the limited edition Sun Again. You're going to want to act fast because there's a limited amount here. Also, while you're there, Nitto Tires are available at Walmart. You don't have to put them in the bundle, but Nitto Tires, who has been working with Hot Wheels since, this is my boy Mad Mike from New Zealand, Cheerbrew. Mad Mike, he's been on Nitto Tires, and a great cat, but again, that's how you're going to pick it up. Go to walmart.com/Hot Wheels. Nitto Tires, a new partner for this stop, fueled by enthusiasts. When you want your car's tires to look as good as they perform, use Nitto Tires. So let's keep it moving here. Now let's get into judging criteria. Now I'm going to lean on our Hot Wheels designers here, Brian and Ralph, to elaborate, on what's going on, where their head's at, and All our judges are scrutinizing each vehicle. We're keeping it positive here. We're not going to, throw some hate and throw some shade on it. But these are our 3 criteria: authenticity, creativity, garage spirit. We'll kick things off with authenticity. You can see that little byline there. It says, does it look like a Hot Wheel? So I'm going to throw it to you, Brian. What do you think about authenticity, and what really, out of these 20 vehicles, is going to stand out in your mind?
Yeah. So, I think we've all been to a car show and we've looked at a car and we're like, oh man, that looks like a Hot Wheels, right? So that's the kind of thing we're looking for. We're looking for a car that really stands out, that's really unique and creative and different, and also just speaks to Hot Wheels design language. And performance is a big part of that too. So, we're looking for cars that, actually perform and do what a Hot Wheels should.
I love it. So moving on to our next criteria, creativity. Does it stand out from the rest? Because you got to think that Hot Wheels has built over 25,000 different vehicles, theoretically speaking, the largest automotive manufacturer in the world. So Ralph, I see you shaking your head there off camera, but I'm going to bring you in and ask you, creativity, criteria, what does this mean to you, birthday boy?
Right on, man. Yeah, so basically, over the past 50 years, like you said, we've made over 25,000 unique vehicles. So we're looking for something that can stand out above the rest, so to speak, something that can pop off the shelf, something that makes you want to just, that could hit the nostalgia note, something that has a big fat wing on it, just anything that really stands out as unique in the store shelf, basically.
Yeah, basically when you pick up the Hot Wheel, you start going,
exactly.
You feel compelled to drive that thing. You'd love to see the real version, like the Diora 2 back here, or eventually we'll find out who wins the 2020 Legends Tour. Right on, Ralph. All right, last but not least, garage spirit. Built, not bought. I'm going to throw it to Miles, because I had the designers there, but Miles, I think that, like you said, you're going to surprise some people. And did you? I'm going to call you out. Did you watch the videos before we came on here?
I watched all the videos, and there's some really amazing builds and some surprises in there. To be honest with you, built, not bought. I mean, if you have the patience to wait to have it built, go for it. Some people don't. Also, I've seen people buy really good vehicles. You could buy really bad vehicles too. So I'm more partial to kind of both, as opposed to just saying, hey, you just got to build everything. If you don't have the time and there's a great builder that has something for sale, go buy it.
Right? If you got it like that, do it. I ain't got time for that. So, all right, just make it rain and buy a sweet whip. Here we go.
Throw it out there, yeah.
All right, judges, are you guys and gal ready for our first submission? Make some noise.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. Calm down. You're breaking everybody's speakers right now. All right, here we go. Here's our first vehicle, our 2017 Acura NSX. This is the Liberty Walk wide body kit, custom wheels from Technocraft. This rides on the world's first Acura airlift suspension. Also the world's first Acura aftermarket exhaust, easy for me to say. Featured at SEMA 2018 and 2019, has been coast to coast at car shows. This has the catalog thrown at it. This thing was built from the ground up and fabricated every piece in the garage. This thing looks awesome. The sticker says filthy, but it looks very clean. Coco, I feel like this is something you would drive. Am I seeing a Canadian plate? Coco, I mean, you're familiar with you're familiar with Liberty Walk on your GTR, right?
Totally, yeah. That's what I had, the similar one, the Rocket Bunny, but it's the same thing. I love the wide stand, how wide the wheels are and how they land on the wide body. You can see, I guess, the air ride right there. Such a high-tech system on the trunk, and the small trunk too, and I love the lines. And actually it looks very complex, but it at the same time it's very simple, the lines and the
This car kind of gives me anxiety though. When I see it, you're like, oh, dude, you take that thing to a mall or any driveway, and that front splitter is gone. But the beauty of that is the airlift suspension. So Brian, does this transfer over and oh, look, here we go. Look, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is giving me anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh, and then airlift it up and you're all clear. Brian, does this transfer into a Hot Wheels?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this is one of the sickest NSXs I've seen. This thing really stands out. I love the stance on it. I love the Liberty Walk kit. And I think, Rio Asada on my team would love this thing. He's our resident NSX freak. So, yeah, definitely would be popular amongst the Hot Wheels crowd.
Yeah, I know Rio had his NSX, or I think he had his S2000 in the background. But yeah, Rio is a fan of all things Honda and Acura for sure. Colette, what do you think? What do you think?
I'm a fan. You know, for someone that usually goes for neon colors and very bright builds, like all of my cars, I love this one a lot. I think it's very aggressive, and the styling and everything together with how high of the quality build it is, it's beautiful. So
Yeah.
will it stand out like really small? I don't know. You know, Brian said he liked it, so that's a good sign for them.
Yeah. Oh, and there's the airlift again. As far as it's very muted, but it has those kind of the wheels look like they could chop your finger off. The corners of it. The NSX. I mean, the lines of a factory NSX are fairly subtle. It does have an aggressiveness, but I think this kind of adds some steroids to it. Would you agree, Miles?
Yeah, I mean, I love the car. I mean, you know, we do the auto show up there every year in Canada, so I've seen that car in person. JJ's a great guy, and it's
an inside job. Here we go again, Miles. You know him, and JJ, he's dropping into your Venmo right now. There's no DMs right now. It's all Venmo.
Yeah. JJ, if you're watching, I take cash, buddy. Let's do it.
He's Canadian. You take loonies. Come on, man. You got to know your monetary value here.
So JJ, I take cash, eh?
There you go. All right. I don't know how poutine is not American, by the way. French fries, gravy, and cheese. All right, let's move on to our next car here. 1974 Volkswagen Railrod. Built on a 1974 Volkswagen frame. Custom airbrushed Flintstones and flame design. So it doesn't have an engine, right? You just use your feet if it's Flintstone graphics. Custom fuel tank, wood log design, aftermarket glass headlights, custom chrome wheels. Built by a dad in his own garage based on the actual Flintstones vehicle. Now, this thing... I'm going to go to Ralph on this because you talked about livery. I'm looking like I'm seeing some, interesting cup holders there. This seems whimsical, but at the same time, like a fun car to drive. I think this stops people at the stoplight and gives you a thumbs up. Ralph, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm digging it. I think it totally could be a Hot Wheels, possibly a Hot Wheels done in the 80s or 90s, obviously. I'm digging. It's hitting a nostalgia note for me. My dad had a beat-up old dune buggy on the side of the house. It didn't run, but me and my brothers used to play around in it, pretend like we were driving. So it's hitting that nostalgia note for me. However, I'm digging the flame job. It's kind of cool. You're right. The Flintstones livery or the graphics is pretty whimsical. So points for that.
I like the Harley Davidson air cover there. It says "Live to ride, ride to live." That's from a Harley. Again, there is that log fuel tank. Colette. I got to call you out because I'm thinking you're going a direction, but what do you think?
What direction? What direction do you think I'm going?
I think you're going to say, it's not my style, but I like it. I appreciate it.
No, you know what? The person who submitted this was his son, actually, from the dad that built it. And he was so just happy and excited talking about it. You can tell that they both just built a vehicle that made them happy. It was built in their garage, so much garage spirit. I love that. And yeah, I think when you look around the car with the fuel tank being a log and the foot shaped gas pedal, I think it's really fun. And sometimes I use my smile meter. Does it make me smile? And I smile.
Oh, you're right. I had you pegged all the way wrong. Look at those graphics up close, Ralph and Brian. They're I've never seen wood flames, Brian. Have you?
No, I haven't. Actually, that's one of my favorite parts of the car. I love their creativity with the wooden flames.
Yeah, those cup holders there remind me of like Captain EO. If anybody went to Disneyland back in the day, the Captain EO film looks like a robot.
I'm not sure about those. I feel like it's a little inconsistent with the theme. That's my one complaint. I would have liked to seen the theme more carried out throughout.
He brought in the Jetsons there for a quick little cameo there. So,
yeah.
Miles, you're an off-road guy. You want to put paddles on this thing and take it out to Glamis, I assume.
No, you know what? I would pay to see that thing run in the Baja 1000. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go.
I don't know
if it out there, man. Come on, let's go, dude.
I'm out. I've been to Baja. I'll do the Baja 5 from the border to the taco shop, and I'm good. That's it, man. Ensenada tacos, and I'm Golden Girls, man.
But
all right.
I don't know. that steering wheel is kind of small, man. I don't know how to turn that thing. I got short arms, but man, that steering wheel is only like that big. I mean, how would you turn it?
Right. All right. Here, let's move on to our next car. Classic vehicle, but now it's just refined. You got the tuxedo black paint. Now, this 1967 Buick Riviera, LS powered under the hood, custom black chrome trim finish, custom wheels, 14-inch Willwood rotors and brake calipers, wood grain interior trim with beautiful red leather, built by the team of Vintage Motor Works. Now, this is a classic American muscle car, but the Riviera over the years has gained a lot of respect just as a diverse vehicle. Dracul, nice plate there. I'm going to go to Miles out of the gate on this one. Very clean car, the Riviera. From lowriders to hot rods, the Buick Riviera is the chameleon. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's just so sleek. It can look good as like a hot rod, a lowrider. Just, looks good as a hoopty. I mean, it's just one of those things. It just looks gangster.
Yeah, it looks really mean. Brian, have you opened a tooling on a Buick Riviera? I'm trying to recall.
We have done some Rivieras, but we haven't done this model. And I got to say, the 66, 67 Riviera is particularly close to my heart because I grew up with my oldest brother had a 66 back in the day when I was a kid. And I have very fond memories of riding in the back of that thing, maybe going over 100 miles per hour over the railroad tracks.
It's okay. It's they won't catch you. You're good. You're still running. What you're saying is you're running from the cops right now.
My mom didn't know. Our mom didn't know about it, so it was okay. But yeah, that car was sick, and everyone in our family has such fond memories of that car. So when I saw this thing, I was just in love with it. The stance on this and the paint is just sick, man.
Yeah.
So the only thing I would say is it's a little understated for what we're looking for here. So.
This looks like a driver. This looks like a driver, right? I mean, Coco, this looks like something you'd pull up, hopefully have your BMX bike up top, pull up to Woodward, and Rick Thorne and the dudes would be hyped to see this thing. This looks like something Rick would drive, right?
Exactly. Some of the old gangster BMXer guys will definitely rock that. TJ Lavin love that styles, and then definitely on the early 2000s they will have cars like this, like big boats where you can fit your friends in the bikes in the back. But I love it. I love the style and the hard work. You can tell the quality of the paint and the body is beautiful.
Okay, let me ask you though, do you think this is deserving to be a Hot Wheel? I mean, like Brian said, a little subdued. This might be a better driver as opposed to the glory here is about being shrunken down to 1/64 scale.
I think it's a little bit subtle for what I like. For my understanding, when it comes to hear the word Hot Wheels, I think of something like really very highly modified, something outrageous kind of, but it has to make sense. So it's like a really fine line, but I think this is a little too subtle for my own personal taste.
All right. Again, plenty of cars to see. We're only just a few cars in. Speaking of which, our fourth vehicle. Ralph, I think you're going to like this one. Here we go. A 2016 Dodge Challenger. So, Ralph, I don't know, man. What do you think here? This is candy red Marvel paint job. Butterfly doors. Ralph, does yours have butterfly doors or do you have caterpillar doors? Red and white Diablo rims. Completely custom red suede and diamond stitch interior. One-of-a-kind grille. Emblems and brake lights. Painted engine bay with airbrushed decals under the hood. Custom trunk right there. You can see with aftermarket speakers. This thing looks, again, it has a theme here. It looks mean. It looks lean. It has some kind of retro vibe to it. Ralph, you got one behind you. How does this compare?
Let's see here. It looks like it's got some dub wheels on it. It looks like it reminds me of the 2005, 2008 era of vehicles where you slap 22-inch wheels on a. I had a Dodge Magnum with 22-inch wheels, so it's taking me back. I mean, obviously a lot of work went into it. I think, suicide doors, exactly, just like from that era. I'm not sure that we've done plenty of these already. I don't know if it's a Hemi or not, or so that's a tough one. That's a tough one for me. I respect the work done to it, but is it going to be the next Hot Wheels? it's a tough one. You got me on this one.
It is tough, and I only ask you because your Challenger is right behind you there, and you know what it takes, as far as aftermarket pieces, aftermarket bits to really stand out from the rest of the crowd, and this one definitely does. Colette, going to you, have you ever driven a Dodge Challenger? They're very capable machines, but customized like this, what I will point out is the floor mats, they were dirty, meaning this dude drives it, or gal, sorry to assume, but the owner drives this thing.
Yeah, you know what? Credit for how far they took the theme. I mean, that engine bay, the interior as well. Like, I thought I went all out on my Barbie 350Z with my headliner and painting everything pink. That is extra, so respect for that. Honestly, the only thing I'm not really feeling are the wheels. I don't know if it's the different color red. I don't know what it is, but that's kind of the only thing. I wish they were more of like a charcoal or like black or dark gray or something like that. But I think this is cool. He went all out. Is it enough, like others have pointed out? I don't know, but it's definitely a very nicely executed build.
I think Ralph put it best. It's kind of this of era, and our special guest, Mr. Cartoon, I want to bring that up with him because he is collecting these vehicles from different eras. Miles, first of all, are those Dub wheels? Are they Dub branded, or is this just kind of the style, the aesthetic of what's going on?
Those are not Dub branded wheels. Those are a different brand. But it's definitely the style of that particular time frame, 2005 to like 2008-9. So it's right on, period specific. Even the grill, all the inserts, everything, the paint job, the candy two-tone. I mean, it's very well executed. Could he modernize it a little bit? Yeah, but guess what? In 10 years, people are going to pay top dollar for that look.
Yeah, and isn't that funny? Like, going to these different car auctions, you see a vehicle, you're like, oh, I had that one. Or, for me, it's like, I still want a 96 Civic CX hatchback that I can relive my days of street racing back in San Diego. And that's what that might be for somebody, right?
Mm-hmm. That's definitely what it is.
Yeah. All right, moving on to our next car. Man, we had one NSX, but here's another generation of NSX. The iconic, you got the flip-up headlights, this '01 NSX Silverstone metallic paint job. Now, this is custom molded on wide-body kit, so it's molded. It's not just, the fasteners. It doesn't have that Liberty Walk kind of Zeus fasteners. Rides on BC coilovers with air cup lift. 18-inch TE37s and they're bronze, baby, with Toyo tires wrapped around them. Stop Tech big brake kit, MFR aero kit and diffuser with Voltex carbon fiber wing. Recaro bucket seats with the yellow half cage and strut bars and a titanium exhaust system. Shout out to Freddie at Auto Fashion down at San Diego. SD holding it down. I mean, the TE37s out of the gate, I'm always a sucker, especially if they're bronze. You can see that front clip folding forward. I'm gonna go to Brian right out of the gate. Brian, what do you think of this?
I like it. I like this one a lot. I think I might like the other NSX better, but this one may be more near and dear to Rio's heart because it's the same gen that he's got. But I love the kit on it. I think it's got a great stance. I actually like the color. It's a little understated, but I like it. All around, it's just a nice looking car.
Yeah, I don't think the Silverstone metallic paint job really transfers via the video, but I think it's a nice, subtle vehicle that you could drive either to the, from the workplace to the track and back, and then wipe it down and put it at a car show. It really kind of does the triathlon of vehicles. Colette, what do you think? Look at that. By the way, you have a clean ITR right in front of it, the Integra Type R. Let's note that real quick.
I was going to say that about the paint. I'm not really getting what the paint is called, that silver metallic or whatever. And looking at it at first, it was kind of bothering me because it looked like it was prepped for paint and not painted. Is that mean? Is that not a good thing to say? I don't know. When I look at it, I'm almost like, I wish it had a color, and I think it would pull the whole car and build in a little bit more because it looks like it's getting ready for paint. But the NSX category for this round is very strong. And I have one coming up that I'm a really big fan of that just is competition for this one. So it makes it hard, but I do want to drive it. It's supercharged, and I definitely want to drive this car.
Yeah,
and I love a good wide body. So.
Yeah, Coco, what do you think of this NSX?
I absolutely love it. I wish I could take it, race it. Definitely has the racing style of Japanese car. It's not so much of a car show, and I don't think it fits too much in the Hot Wheel category that I envision myself. Just installing the body kit in a car is very different than creating your own bumper. You know what I mean, or
Yeah.
your own headlights and things like that. But I think I actually like this car a lot in white. Before, it used to be chrome blue. It had a beautiful blue chrome color. A few years ago, I remember seeing
Yeah.
in person. It looked beautiful. But it's definitely gonna be in top of my list for sure.
It's a little muted, little understated, but I think the function is the fashion there with the arrow, the wide body, so you could fit wider wheels on it. So it's all applicable. All right, let's move on to our next car, 1973 Mazda RX-2. So Colette, I know you're paying attention here because I know you love the Doritos here. Angel blue metallic paint job, Koenig 15-inch wheels all around, the rotary 12A motor, custom coilovers, 1.5-inch drop, custom exhaust, owned for 12 years, 5 years to source parts before the build. So, man, that is some great patience. I mean, some people wait 2 months and they freak out. So this is built by the owner in his own garage. Rare JDM car, would be a great addition to the Japanese classics. I'm sure the Japanese classic car show. Miles, I feel like, like you said, I'm not calling you out here. You talked about your age. You're about to be 50 years old, but this 73 Mazda RX-2, I feel like you might have been in the back seat of one of these hanging out or just cruising with homies or something like that. But the RX-2, what do you think?
Well, I think my parents might have been in the back seat.
No, sorry, I meant like cruising. I was sorry, I was not.
Maybe
That came out wrong, bro. I meant like cruising down the street.
Yeah, I was probably in the back seat going like this.
Right,
what I'm
there
saying?
you go.
But yeah, I love the old Mazdas. I mean, the rotaries and everything. I mean, just the way they sound when they're going down the street is just amazing. I like personally the 2-door myself personally. That one's an actual 4-door, but good execution. I love the RX-2. I mean, I'm a fan of the RX-2.
Yeah, and Ralph, go to you. Have you ever seen an RX-2 in person, or are you scratching your head? Is this like a baby Camaro or Mustang? What do you think?
No. I've seen them, and I love them, man. I think they're badass. I love all the old Japanese vehicles, the Datsuns, the Toyotas, and the Mazda. I love it. I love this little car. I see all the work that's been done to it. I like the little printing on the wheels, deco wise. That's cool to me. I totally respect this car.
I'm trying to think, and again, Hot Wheels has worked with Mad Mike as I have his. This is the Rad Bull that I'm holding in my hands here with the Nitto Tires livery, and this is Mad Mike's vehicle from New Zealand. He has an RX-2 that I've actually ridden around in. But Brian, has there been a tool open? I believe Mad Mike actually has an RX-2 Hot Wheels, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we do.
And what do you think of the RX-2?
I love it. Like Ralph, I love the old, all the old Japanese import stuff. And these cars have gained so much popularity in in recent years. I think this one is a really nice, clean example. I love it. It's, but it's not, it's not much more than just a nice paint job and wheels. So I'm not sure, about it winning Legends, but definitely a great car that I have a lot of respect for.
Right
really
on.
Nice.
Yeah, really, really great car there, that RX-2. Thank you, Brian. All right, moving on to our next vehicle. We are going from the street to the dirt. We're going off-road, and we are going 4x4 here with this GMC Yukon 4x4. Man, this looks like you could have a good time. You could hit the whoops. You could have some fun. Rides on a 6-inch lift kit suspension, custom-made front bumper and rear bumper bars. 20-inch TV in the back. Okay, this is kind of dub style. Definitely sensationalizing, making some wild, eccentric modifications. Big off-road tires, sway bar torsion bars, cold air intake, fiberglass subwoofer set up in the rear. Really clean. Built at home by a husband and wife over 10 years. And, this is a 94. Keep that in mind. And a lot of these Yukons go the way of the Buffalo. They got beat up. They got rusted. They got clapped out. But this thing looks clean. Miles, we talked about how much you love the dirt. This 94 GMC Yukon. Love it, hate it, somewhere in the middle. Where are you at?
It reminds me of when I was younger, so it's cool. I like it. I like the off-road, styling. It's super, super clean execution. It looks like it's right out of 1994. I don't know if they made the big brush guards and stuff like that back there. I mean, he must have some expensive taillights to have that much armor on those taillights. You know what I'm saying? But execution wise, I mean, it looks cool. I would personally change the wheels, to something a little bit more modern. That's just my take, but a great example of what a 1994 GMC Yukon 4x4 should look like.
Colette, I feel bad. I didn't ask you about the rotary, but I knew the answer. No, I'm joking. What
Rotary girl,
I know, but it was customary. But what do you think about the RX2? What do you think about the 4x4?
RX2, obviously rotary girl, love it. Always try not to have too much of a bias with this, so I think it needed more to win this competition. For this vehicle, first of all, respect garage built. Took him 10 years to get it to where it's at today. He did it all himself. So massive.
Him and her, husband and wife.
Him and her, husband and wife
There you go.
team. There we go. And not really my style, but I respect the work that's gone into it. It's a really clean execution, and hats off to them for doing it themselves.
I can smell the interior in this car. Can anybody else? Like that cloth interior of that GMC of that era has a particular smell. You step into a BMW, step into a Porsche, Audi, they have that signature smell that just really stands out. Brian, what do you think? Does this transition into a Hot Wheel?
Yeah, I mean, this is a cool build for sure. I personally like it a lot. Again, I'm going to kind of say I'm not sure it stands out enough, for what I'm looking for the Legends winner.
Yeah, it's such a cool car. It takes me back to just, again, I graduated high school in '96. I mean, you could look up anybody's age here right now, but I feel like this just feels like at lunch, your rich friend had this thing and you went to rallies and you got your milkshakes and your cheeseburgers and you came back. And this just seems like you'd go to the party and, the quarterback's driving. It just seems of era. It feels nostalgic, right? Like I said, you could smell that interior, maybe even a black ice, air freshener. Who knows? All right, let's move on to our next vehicle, a 2019 Chevrolet Corvette. Oh man, this thing. What's really hidden here is under the hood, because this is sitting on Rotiform RSE 20-inch rims, wrapped with Toyo tires, and it has a T88 Turbonetics turbo with wastegates out the hood, and there it is. It's just poking out. Huge carbon fiber wing, has the ARK performance exhaust kit, one-of-a-kind molded wide body kit. So, wow, nice. That's a nice touch. Carbon fiber hood, canards and accents, dual subwoofers, custom diamond stitch seats, 6-speed manual transmission. So it's got that hand shaker. That thing. This looks absolutely awesome. So I'm going to go to. I feel like Ralph. This is kind of your steez because you're a graphic artist. You're seeing the sponsor me white paint job. You just want to put some sick livery on this thing and just really make it an exclusive Hot Wheel.
Totally. And, even aside from liveries like the carbon fiber hood, the little tiny details, that's all deco that we do as well. So this can totally just not have any livery. It could just be like that. It could totally be a Hot Wheels. I like the turbo sticking out of the hood. That's definitely a plus. Any little details like that, the big wing, these all translate when you scale it down into a small 3-inch vehicle. It really translates well.
Miles, are you a Corvette guy?
I am a Corvette guy, but I'll tell you, after seeing the new 2020 Corvette, whenever I see the 19, it doesn't excite me as much anymore.
I know. Agreed. But look, he was trying to keep up though with that one-of-one body kit, so he's putting in the work to try and compete with the new Corvette.
But I've already seen wide body 2020s, so it's like once you've seen that, there's no going back.
Yeah, that's a hard act to be ahead of, I guess. Like, all right, here's your opening act.
Pulls up next to you.
Yeah, I mean, right? Just, but yeah, exactly. Wait till it pulls up next to you. And some people, Ralph. So I feel like you like the front engine as opposed to the mid-engine Corvette.
No, I agree. I love the C8 Corvette. I totally want one. However, like this guy stepped to me the other day when I was in my Scat Pack, and man, it's all funny games until they pull up right next to you and they let it rip, man.
Oh.
Ralph, question: can you translate the polished turbo to a diecast?
Sorry?
Oh, Brian, great question. Can you transition?
Translate?
Yep.
Yeah, can you make that polished turbo in the diecast?
Yeah, for sure. I was going to point out that's exactly the kind of thing we're looking for, like a nice little detail like that. We can have that popping through from the interior part, and that'd be really cool to see. Yeah, exactly. There's a good example. Yeah, I love this thing. I love that turbo popping through the hood. That wing is just insane. So I think this definitely fits the bill. It could be a Legends.
All right, right
Car,
on. Well,
sure.
again, just being a 2019, so just a year old, it still is already putting out there. Oh, I like this thing, 1954 Chevy cab over engine, and that's what the acronym is there. 100% custom sheet metal bed with handmade fenders and machined emblems. Steel bumpers and grille are also completely handmade, custom chassis built to handle high loads of torque, produced from the Garrett turbocharged motor. Yeah. It's got a turbo. It's got a whirlybird in there. Burgundy red and bone white paint job, air ride suspension, military grade Willwood disc brakes, retro custom GM inspired LED headlights and brake lights. Sits on 40s. Those are 40s. Those are double dubs. That's what I call double if you're going to in and out. Has all the amenities that a modern truck would have with the period correct look. So handmade custom period correct truck. Classic Hot Wheels style? Question mark. Brian?
I really like this truck. I think I love the amount of work that's gone into this. The fact that they, custom built an entire bed for it to it's kind of scaled up to fit the size of the cab over truck. It's really nicely done, and I personally love it. Would love to see a little more of an aggressive, tone to it for Hot Wheels, but it's a nice truck.
I mean, this thing is clean. You could eat off of that suspension. Obviously, this is a show vehicle. And what I like is it's kind of, again, another vehicle that's on steroids, that custom bumper. I like the satin finish on the metal parts. Coco, what do you think of this cab over engine? Have you ever seen anything like this?
I've never seen anything like this, but I love it. It's amazing. You know what? Also, it puts it in perspective how much work, because it's different to work on like 1 foot by 1 foot piece of metal sheet versus like a 12-foot panel, right? And try to make it straight and get the shape that you need or restore it, So I really appreciate all the time they put to work on this truck. And I love the style, I love the size, and it's very unique compared to the other cars that we've seen today,
I'm seeing
Can I
this.
point out too, really
Go ahead,
quick,
Colette. Yeah,
in the truck bed right there, that's actually an electronically controlled gooseneck hitch that pops up by being controlled on the inside. So this truck is functional. It's not just a showpiece, which is what I love. I want this to tow my race cars. If I can show up to the track with that towing my race cars, that would be amazing. I think in their video they talked about all the
look at this thing.
correct details. Yep, there it goes. They have all the logos to match more of the period correct styling, as well as the interior with all the modern amenities. So a lot of the, like the tow hitch gooseneck coming up is electronic. So it's a really cool modern twist on a period correct styling truck.
Yeah, and Brian, you touched on it. Maybe a little flashier, but you have to. This broke the mold when it comes to Hot Wheels. This is custom, so that's the beauty of it. We talked about the criteria: built, not bought. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, for sure. It's not out of the running for me. No, it's definitely a cool build, and seeing it take off like that's pretty cool. So it's got the performance, and that's important too.
It gets your heart going. I'm seeing basically tailgating with that thing. Put a tarp in there, and that's the hot tub there in the back. So that's what I saw. But
I like that.
Yeah. So here we go. Moving on
now
to
we're talking.
This is number 10 vehicle. So this is the last vehicle of our first 10 vehicles. Remember, we have 20 submissions, so don't go anywhere. And you, the fans, get to pick the Mobil 1 fan favorite. This is round 6 of the Hot Wheels Legends Look at Home presented by Mobil 1. Here is the Hellgato. Here we go. The first Hellcat in the world to have the Liberty Walk wide body kit. More Liberty Walk for you. Is also the first Hellcat to be on air suspension. 3-piece custom wheels, triple layer custom chrome wrap design, vibrant race exhaust system, loads of carbon fiber bits such as splitter, spoiler, diffuser, 1,000 horsepower package, redesigned interior by SLS Customs, and this was featured in Dodge commercial and music video. This is the Hellgato. You could see the Hellcat there on the back, on the window, on the license plate. Ralph, I gotta go to you, birthday boy. Have you seen this vehicle in person? I feel like it's got California plates. You're here in California. Do you even know the owner of this vehicle?
I don't. I have seen it before, and you had me at Liberty Walk, wide body kit. You had me at Hemi or Hellcat. This is hitting all the right notes for me, man. Yeah. The wheels are sick. The kit, I love it. It's and it's got a nice little deco all over it. The chrome wrap. I personally want to chrome wrap this thing, so yeah, I'm all about this car.
Dang, I don't know where this vehicle's at, but Ralph might be lurking. You might want to check your video cameras here. Ralph's like, it's my birthday, baby. Give me the car. Yeah. Miles, going to you. Do you know the owner of this vehicle, or have you seen this vehicle, and what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I met the owner multiple times. Great vehicle, know the vehicle. And what's really interesting about this car is he has the same livery since day one, pretty much. So, I mean, he has a really good look, and it's been consistent since 2015, which is hard to do. Usually when you pick a certain look or a deco, it goes out of style pretty quickly. So, I mean, I'm really impressed with kind of their vision and what they had when they were building the car in 2015. I love wide body Challengers. I mean, just a great package overall.
Yeah, it doesn't look dated, like you said. 2015 debut it, Liberty Walk kit. That kit really complements the lines of the vehicle, and that wrap. I really like that. He calls it a triple layer chrome, where you can see it's the chrome. It's kind of the smoke chrome. You can see the IG handle there. Brian, I think this would really transition well into 1/64th. It would really talk and speak volumes on a stick, on a rack.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is definitely a unique looking Hellcat. You know, it's got a definite defined look to it that I really appreciate. The livery is sweet. You know, like Miles said, you know, it's really held up. I love that, you know, that sort of chrome look. It's hard to get a real sense of it in the video. I'd love to see it in person. I haven't seen this one in person, but I'll bet it's amazing in person. Yeah, and they had me at the name Elgato, so I love it.
Yeah, and it looked good in the darkness, but it looked even better during the day. So it's definitely kind of a chameleon of a vehicle. I like it a lot. All right, so gentlemen and lady, we are actually halfway through. We're halfway through our 20 vehicles here at the 6th Look at Home. This is our run of show right now. We're about to jump into our halftime special guest here. So just to catch you up, again, this is 6th View from Home Hot Wheels Legends Tour presented by Mobil 1. Also presenting sponsors Walmart and Nitto Tires. So definitely want to make sure that you know, you're paying attention, because you're going to choose the Mobil 1 special guest pick. So again, we have finished viewing 10, and again, you could go to hotwheels.com/legends and you should submit your vehicle. So if you feel like, you know what, I should be on this, Jared, I want my car. How do I do that? You go to hotwheels.com/legends. You're going to submit your vehicle. Got Colette over there. She's got a nice little video tutorial, shows you how to do it real clean, real easy, and you could be immortalized as a Hot Wheel legend. Only a few more stops left to go before the finals in November, and more to come up about that. You're going to want to follow us on IG and all the Instagram. So main competition, 11 through 20, judges top 3, Hot Wheels Design Spotlight, really cool, how to customize Hot Wheels. Paxton's booth, he's back. He's going to wrap out with our designers. We got the dub pick from Miles. Mobil 1 special guest Mark Arsenal will be joining us. And then finally, who's the winner? Who's going to win here at round 6 of the Legends Tour? All right, so moving right along here. Hopefully you guys and gals are having a great time. Thanks for joining us as we have, again, our special guest coming up. But you're going to want to follow us on Instagram. Be sure to follow us at Hot Wheels Official, because there are drops happening all the time. We live in this kind of, you know, limit dish culture right now. And we talked about the Gasser, right? We talked about the the 2 Jet Z. We got the Sun again. There are so many special drops going down. So again, you're going to want to follow Hot Wheels Official on Instagram. Colette, we talked about it. You know what? No more threatening. Just hit us with little Gasser Bay action. Come on.
Is it time? Is it time for
It's
the giveaway?
time, baby. It's time.
Okay, I told you guys to pay attention. We are doing the Gasser giveaway now. And just a reminder, this is a limited edition Gasser that immediately sells out all the time. Jared knows he's always trying to steal the one he has in his hand right now. But that's going to go to one of you guys. So all you have to do, if you're watching this from my YouTube channel where I'm streaming it right now, make sure you head over to the Hot Wheels Facebook page. And all you have to do is comment what city you are tuning in from. That is all. Let us know where you're watching from. Put it in the comments. Again, that is on the Hot Wheels Facebook page. So if you guys are on my YouTube channel, head over to that. It's just facebook.com, search Hot Wheels. Let's see. I'm going to pull up the stream right now.
Yeah, what kind of comments are coming in? You look like you're ready to play some sort of video game and just taking people out.
I am.
Let's go. I don't know what dances kids are doing these days, but I just always default to the robot. So
Hey,
what kind of comments? What kind of comments
So
we got
I
here?
did ask. I was trying to see what the viewer favorite is so far, and I think the 54 truck has been a top one.
Okay.
Everyone was going on about that, as well as the Hellgato. So we'll see. We still got 10 more vehicles coming up. We'll see if those can hold on to the top 2. But I think, let's see. Oh, we got people. Okay, keep telling us where you were tuning in from. I'm seeing all the comments now. Tuning in from Race Service, California. That is a good one.
Well, I mean, I thought I could win. I'm sorry, Colette. I'm here
Jared,
again.
under his fake Facebook account,
Yeah.
trying to get that gasser. Okay.
Who is this Jerry Dianza?
We have a winner. And Cindy Rogers from Sarasota, Florida. You just won yourself our limited edition gasser. So congratulations. Somebody from our team is going to be reaching out to you and sending you that gasser. And again,
Absolutely.
we're doing one more giveaway later
Yeah.
on. So if you didn't win now, don't lose hope. Got one more shot.
That is right, Colette. Thank you so much, and congratulations to Cindy Williams for winning that limited edition gasser. Remember, the trophy is up for grabs. The Diora 2 sits on the trophy. We got the Dickies jacket that goes to the winner. Look at this thing. That is chain stitch. That's not screen printed. That is done chain stitch. And again, who will be immortalized among the alum of the Diora 2? Guess what? Now it's Tunes time. My man, Mr. Cartoon, is in the building. Well, he's actually not literally in the building. Mr. Cartoon, iconic artist, tattooer, LA original, star of his own
man
movie.
right there, the man.
He is the look at Miles is bowing down, man. And and here's I got a Tunes right there. I got my boy's name there, Parker. You gave that to me, and that's the only tattoo I passed out to, which I will tell everybody right now because I've told many people. Tunes, I got to ask you right. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. You know, I'm staying focused and family safe and can't complain.
Being smart, that's good. That's great. I like to see the resume of the celebrities that you've tattooed, but you're much more than that. But I got to rattle them off just to give people like, wow, oh really? That's cool. Right on. You've tattooed such people as Eminem, Travis Barker, Slash, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Beyonce, Pharrell, JT, Justin Timberlake. Overall, though, your career began in the car show world. You began by airbrushing shirts at car shows. Am I right?
That's right. Me and my father had a little 10 by 10 every car show and a box of white tees. And I'll do a portrait of your car or a car club plaque or the name of your auto body shop. And yeah, I loved it. And that's what started me off.
It's humble beginnings for a man that is now iconic in the art world. Like I said, your own movie on Netflix, LA Originals. I think that speaks to the humility you have. But also, let me ask you, as little Tunes, I don't know what your dad or your mom called you back in the day, or your grandma or grandpa, but how important of a role did Hot Wheels play in your life? Because I know you have big Hot Wheels now.
Yeah. My father was always in the cars. He could always name, every car that would go by. And I thought he was a genius, Pops, how you know? And he'd be like, oh, well, you look at the body lines, look at the trim, and how it sits on the body and it brings out the hips on the car. The bumper looks like this and the grill looks like that. And he would explain to me that each year was different. And that's when I fell in love with cars. And he would take me to car shows, and Hot Wheels were definitely a part of it. You could play for hours with just your little car rolling, flying the car. You have a war and go. you know,
Right.
blowing things up, you know, getting car accidents. It was crazy.
Yeah, and that just speaks to, again, just imagination, and Hot Wheels are kind of your canvas, and you've created a canvas on people's bodies and all this. But let's talk about some of the vehicles you own. Most iconically, I'd love to see the ice cream truck be a Hot Wheels. But that, Brian, have you ever seen Cartoon's ice cream truck, by the way?
Oh yeah, I love that thing, man. I'd love to turn that into a Hot Wheels for sure.
So
That thing
did
is
we just
killer.
make a deal right now? You're welcome, Tunes. There you go. All right, thanks, Brian. Peace out, bro.
Contract negotiation and all that's got to happen.
All right, put her there, buddy. We got a social distance handshake right
Yeah.
now. All right, there you go.
That's right.
Brian, what's a question you have for Mr. Cartoon? Again, just such an icon, has made album covers, done
Yeah.
artwork for music industry, automotive personality. Brian, what's something you have to say for Cartoon?
Well, first I want to say I have mad respect for you, man. And
Thank
you're a Pedro boy, isn't that right, Toon?
That's right. Yep, graduated from Pedro High.
That's right. I'm out here representing in Pedro myself.
All right, man. Get down.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So I know your history. That's super cool. How you've come up from Pedro and where you're at now, man. I love your work and
Yeah. So
that
Miles,
ice cream truck is just phenomenal.
it's crazy, right? So Miles, I saw you bow down to Tunes. I know you guys have worked together just in the automotive world and the art world and musicians and all that. Miles, what's your question that you could publicly put out there in front of the world for you and Tunes?
Well, for me, I just have mad respect for you, Tunes. I mean, we rolled before Dub Magazine existed. We were boys, you know what I'm saying? So before, when he was airbrushing shirts, before the Joker clothing was coming out, all the stuff, before all the Nike collabs, and this guy's worked his butt off. I could say butt, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, mad respect. And you know what, dude? I honestly, I watched the documentary, and my daughter was like, "You don't know him." I'm like, "No, I know that dude. Like, seriously." You know what I'm saying? So it's just how has that documentary changed kind of what's going on with your life? Obviously the pandemic's here, but I mean, that was a great piece that you guys put together with you and Esteban. I mean, and it brought back so much memories because I was there at some of those shows. So it was really, really cool, bro. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, we have a documentary on Netflix for those that you don't know, called LA Originals. It's a story about me and my homie Esteban Orio, our life, our journey through automotive world, cars, culture, tattoo culture, hip hop. But it was dope because it's hard to list your accomplishments when you talk to someone or you do that. I mean, that movie did a good job of kind of showing our climb using our hands, drawing, him with his photography, and just us growing something that was kind of real lowbrow. Lowrider car shows were some of the most violent gangster car shows sometimes. And we were coming out of that stuff, and we wanted to make like legitimate art out of it. So it took some time, but I think times have changed, and people can see the artistic side of LA lowrider art.
And Cartoon, going back to the car thing, and I talked about the ice cream truck, and you have a fleet of vehicles. We're not going to get into numbers, like I said. It's kind of the celebrity thing, how many people you've tattooed. But what's a vehicle in your mind right now that you would love to see immortalized as a Hot Wheel? That way you could share the experience of owning your 64 Impala, your 50, your Bombs, your Suzuki Samurai, your Nissan hardbody truck. That's what I was going to talk about, because you really like that time capsule. Right, I've seen your Suzuki Samurai and your hard body, but I'm giving you some time to think there. One vehicle.
I'll probably say my Gotham City, my 58 Impala. Probably make a good Hot Wheel, or my 59 Impala, the Penny Lane. Both of those cars have crazy patterns, but I love that era of the 80s, everything 80s right now. I'm 80s out, BMX bikes, 80s to retro shoes to retro everything. I'm retro now.
You've gone full circle, man. You're it's all good, bro.
Even airbrush T-shirts are back now. You know what I'm saying? So my 16-year-old son is airbrushing T-shirts.
Yeah. All right. So
he gets with it too.
Ralph, happy birthday. Tunes is going to come over and give you the whole 80s lace treatment on your ride, on your Challenger that's behind you. Happy birthday, bro.
Hey, man, having this guy on the call, I mean, he embodies what a legend is. The authenticity, the creativity, the garage spirit. I saw the documentary. I grew up in LA. I know this guy's story, and I got to say, he's just a true legend. Respect.
Coco or Colette, do you have a question for Tunes here?
Yeah, I have a quick question. Or by Colette, you can go ahead. Ladies first, right?
Oh, you got it. You go ahead. It's all you.
Still thinking.
What's up about BMX? Do you have any BMX collection? I ride BMX a lot, and I love the
Oh,
80s
okay.
with the mag wheels and the
Yeah.
plastic wheels, neon colors, chrome,
Yeah.
lots of chrome everywhere. Do you have bikes?
I do. I have a 80 Redline, 1980 Redline, and it's a survivor
yeah.
bike. It's been in garage, forever. I have a GT 24-inch cruiser, like a mid 80s GT.
Nice.
And I have a Schwinn right here flying in the back. It's a 24-inch Schwinn
I
cruiser.
see that.
That's
Oh,
a
that's nice.
survivor bike.
So you probably grew up riding bikes throughout the neighborhood when you were younger, right?
Yup. Yeah, and like some of those bikes I couldn't get, you know what I mean? Like I was like, well, I'm gonna get a PK Ripper now, fucking a real one, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
All right.
Totally. No, totally.
I know we got
totally.
kids watching the show, you know what I'm
It's all
saying?
good. It's all
They
good.
cuss more than we do. Don't even.
You get one. You get one, Tunes. That's why you got to go. You're out of here, homeboy. You're out of here. No. Hey, Tunes, thank you for tuning in, man. Again, you are a true LA original, but you are worldwide OG, man. You are such a
Appreciate
fantastic cat. You could follow him at what's your IG right now? Mr. C Tunes?
Mr. C Tunes, yeah.
That's right.
So, cartoon, it'll come up.
Soul Sundays, man. Listen to him spinning some vinyl, painting some things, doing his deal, marking up the world with his mark, the one, the only. Thank you so much, Mr. Cartoon.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
All right. Thank you
for
so
coming.
much. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, moving right along. Man, just love that cat. He's just down the road, but again, we're practicing social distance. So thank you, Cartoon, for joining us. Mobil 1 is the world's leading synthetic motor oil. And I'm not gonna. I'd love to. No, not gonna chug some 5W30 here. And yeah, right. This is proven to protect engines for over 250,000 miles. That's 250,000 miles. Later on the show, you guys get a chance to vote on the Mobil 1 fan favorite, and also the fan favorite will receive a year's supply of Mobil 1 oil. Now remember, Mobil 1 is available at Walmart.com. So go to Walmart.com and you could get it and put it in your bundle, and that way, alongside some Hot Wheels Legends goodies, you could get the sun again. Also, Nitto tires are available. Go to Walmart.com if you need some new rubber on the corner of your whip. Go ahead and go to Walmart.com and order your Nitto tires either on your doorstep or in the shop. Again, Mobil 1, thank you, as Hot Wheels Legends presented by Mobil 1. All right. Moving right along, we are going to take a quick little recap. These were the first 10 vehicles. We kicked things out. That feels like a lifetime ago. That brand new NSX. Colette, what do you think of the first 10? I mean, you talked about it on the front end. Diversity. Yeah, it delivered.
Definitely a lot of diversity, and I don't know. I'm a fan. Well, there we go. RX2, obviously Rotary Girl. I'd give a shout out. I'm a fan of the Hiltado, which took me by surprise. But you know what? I love all the metallic accents on that, and it's just an amazing build. There it is. And yeah, the truck seems to be causing a lot of good comments on the
That's
internet.
great.
So we'll
Awesome.
see if it has what it takes.
Yeah, let's keep the conversation going online. Colette Davis in the control center. Oh, out of the gate, car number 11, 73 BMW 2002. That's the year my brother was born, Jason Deanda. This 73 BMW 2002, that wide body. All right, look at these stats here. Holy cow. Powered by an 800 horsepower S55 single turbo motor with carbon fiber intake manifold, completely custom tube chassis frame. This rides on center lock BBS wheels, custom steel wide body kit with huge fenders, custom diffuser and splitter sprayed with a beautiful blue metallic paint job. This sits on air ride suspension, custom side exit titanium exhaust system right there. You can see that nice flush detail. It's not just a round pipe. The BBS are a classic wheel, custom interior with Recaro seats, and this was featured at the SEMA Show 2019. One-of-a-kind customized historic European car with a modern twist. Brian, this thing right out of the gate screams Hot Wheels. Have you done a 2002, and have you done one this wild before?
We have done in 2002, but nothing this wild. Yeah, this definitely screams Hot Wheels. I love the hood off. It gives a chance to show off what he's running. I love the turbo. This may be one of my favorites so far, actually. I'm not in love with the fender flares, just 'cause they feel a little extruded to me, but I'll give it a pass on that. I mean, I know why they look that way. You know, there's limited space. But yeah, I love this thing. It's
Yeah,
sick.
the 2002s are very narrow. You throw some horsepower at it, and that thing could just flip over and do a wheelie. I mean, just the 2002. A lot of people put the BMW engines, or like they'll upgrade to like an M3 or an M5 engine. It's a lot of horsepower, so you need the rubber. Miles, you're looking at this thing. What kind of stands out for you?
You know, again, I was born in 1973, so it's like, well, all these I just feel super old now. Dude.
But
This
Miles,
car
this is
is-
born in '73, and it looks just as good as you, so it's okay, bro.
There you go, bro. It's the cheese. It's the cheese. So this car is really, really cool. I mean, I'm watching it. I saw it earlier. I was like, this is really, really cool. I mean, I like the bubble flares. You know, it's kind of period specific for the vehicle. Obviously, they're wider, which I like that. I mean, I even like my women a little wider and thicker. So, you know, it's in line with what I really dig. So I love the paint job. I mean, this by far is probably one of my favorite cars so far too. I know people are going to be like, "What?" But dude, I've always been a big fan of 2002s. I mean, this is it. I love this car.
I think the execution really helps it here too. You could see the paint finish, that refinement of that side exhaust. It's not just a circle pipe. Under the hood looks really clean, looks really refined, and it brings me back to the detail of like the Rotson. Ralph, you could see the engine. I'd love to see that vehicle in a Hot Wheels form. Does that transition and transfer over to a Hot Wheels?
Totally. Actually, I got to do the deco on that car that you just held up, the Rotson.
The Rotson. Awesome.
Yeah, totally. That was fun to do. And this car has hit all the right. I love it. I love those wide fenders. You know, I'm loving those the wheels, the BBS wheels. I love it. It's like my favorite type of wheel. And then that exhaust, the little titanium exhaust tips on the side is perfect, man. I really love this car.
Right on. Some great feedback there. That might be a front runner. What do you guys think online? Tell Colette. Like, ooh, is the internet blowing up right now?
They love it.
Yep.
The Mr. David Turin said, "That's it. One of the coolest and most Hot Wheels BMW we've ever seen."
Bye, guys. See ya. I'm joking. All right, no.
Drop the mic.
We still got some heat coming in hot, and here we're talking about C10s. I mean, you can't deny just the resurgence and just the actual surging of the popularity of the C10. Dave Castle, C10 compadre here, shows off his two-tone copper and white paint job with matching 22-inch one-piece intro wheels, vintage interior with matching exterior paint, sits on the ground and lays frame with airlift suspension. Under the hood, LS1 with a minimalistic engine bay and billet add-ons. Custom raised wood bed to hide the airlift. That's kind of a standard feature there, so you could definitely tuck the wheels in. Built by Trey 5 or TRE5 Customs in Arizona, and this is a retrofied American truck, as they call it. Clean, subtle, would love to take this to the cruise. I think this is, some of these C10s, they seem like 50-yarders, meaning from 50 yards away, they look good. I think this thing, you get up close, and it's really refined. Coco, is this something that you're into?
I really like it, especially this body style is beautiful. It reminds me like the old farm trucks. But, well, obviously this one is definitely a city truck.
I don't know what
right?
farm you're going to see this thing on, but I'm into it.
I know, definitely not. But it reminds me of that, like the body shape, right? I love how much work is into this. You can definitely tell that they didn't buy the panels or like the bed. They had to custom made everything. So I definitely see a lot of value into that. I don't know about the stance in the wheels. I wish it was a little wider stance. And I like the two-tone. It's really clean. Two colors. You don't need more than that. And, well, best of luck of the owners. Definitely is going to be in the top 10s for me, at least.
Ooh,
look at the engine.
Look at that under the hood. I think this is where it really shines, and this is that detail that just goes unnoticed until, bam, you just kind of hit him in the face. Let's open the jewelry box, and here you got some bling, Brian. Brian, does it transfer?
Yeah, that. Oh yeah, for sure. That engine bay is clean. I love that, man. This is another one that takes me back to my childhood, and in fact, Coco was right. It reminds me of growing up on the farm, and my older brother, another brother actually, Robert had a C10 of this era, and so I have fond memories of that truck, and it does. It's a farm truck turned into a sweet rod. So I love this thing.
This is a case of like Miles was saying, like you have this affinity, you have this chase vehicle, and the dude that drove this thing on the truck, it went away. He had to sell it. He went off to college or had to sell it to get a job or was down on his luck. And he comes back and he buys this 67 Chevy, and he does it of era and more refined. Coco, I don't know, man, that stance right there, I know what you're saying. You'd like to see the wheels maybe pushed out a little bit. They look a little too sunk, but, you can't win them all.
It still looks great. It still looks great. What can I say?
I'd love to know what kind of produce you're hauling in that thing off the farm, but I'm with it. All right, okay. We didn't get enough here. We got more. We got more of the NSX jam here. This '92 Acura NSX, and this is again another flip-up headlight jammer. And I'm gonna go to you there, Colette, because this is a vehicle that stood out to you right away, and you said, "Hey,
yes,
there's another NSX coming up." What do you love about this thing?
This is it. This is the one that I've been waiting for. I absolutely love this NSX. I think it's the best one we have in the lineup tonight. And I got to see this car in person, actually. It was being worked on at Entice Motorsports at one point, so I got to see it there. Shout out to my friends at Entice Motorsports, but I love it. I think it's such a clean build. I love the wide body on it. I think the execution on every corner was amazing. This vehicle also has a lot of rare bits and parts on it, a lot of titanium accents as well. The inside is beautiful, and honestly, after seeing this car in person, I was looking up NSXs. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking them up. I was like, you know what? I gotta do something like this because it was just so well done, and I think it's a beautiful, beautiful build.
Always a sucker for TE37s. Miles, I'm going to ask you. Older 92 pop-up headlights, little later 90s, kind of just the bubble, non-pop-up, or modern NSX? What do you say?
I mean, I like the modern NSX. I think they did a good job, but this reminds me of when I first started working at Modern Auto. So I was like 17 years old, and Oscar De La Hoya, the boxer, got an NSX, and we put some OZ Mitos on there back in the day. And I fell in love with that car at that point. I was like, dude, this is sick. And it was so different at the time. And, with the Honda Civics and all the kind of JDM original era and all that stuff going on with all the, Celicas and stuff, it's awesome. I mean, like I said, this just brings back so many memories, and they executed really well on this build. I mean, it looks really, really good, and I'm sure it handles great.
Yeah, and just even the yellow and black, that feels nostalgic. You could see the Abbey Road Company, the ARC bits right there. ARC is
I was
such
gonna say those are some of the rare bits that they have on there. All the ARC stuff, and in the front too. I think they have the radiator, and just he took the time trying to source some really period correct and awesome parts to this car, and I just think it's so well done.
Look at that. It's even got is that a Robocar bag? Miles, you'll remember Robocar, but look at even the luggage. It's got rays. That's awesome. Yeah. So, hey, Brian, what do you think of this thing as far as transitioning into a Hot Wheel?
Yeah, I really like this one as well. I'm having a hard time deciding whether I like this one or the Rocket Bunny one better. They're both nice builds. I'm with Colette. I really like all the titanium detailing and everything, all the little details on this one. It's a super clean build. Again, it may be a little understated when you shrink it down to our scale, but I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's great. So, all right, let's move on to our next vehicle here, as this one should be definitely exciting. Ah, look at that. What's that?
Yes.
I'm a Mazda Miata in dirt, bro. Look at this thing. Wow. If you thought Mazda Miatas were, hairdressers' cars, drift cars, now we're going off-roading, baby. The 2004 Mazda Miata stock turbo motor with 6-speed transmission, LSD differential, raised on Paco Motorsports 3-inch lift kit with Bilstein shocks, oversized off-road wheels and tires, aftermarket fender flares, of course, homemade custom bash bar with skid plate. You could see I like the spare tires out back just in case you pop a tire or DB'd one. Completely built at home by a husband and wife team. You got to love that. And all-terrain vehicle made to put a smile or stick out a tongue, because that's what that vehicle is literally doing. I'm going to go to Ralph, birthday boy. I think I would love this thing, man. What do you think?
I think it's cool. It's quirky like the dune buggy, and yeah, I think it's really cool. I think again, it's like with the Dodge, the first Dodge Challenger. You know, props for making it this far. I mean, obviously the little details are awesome. As for it being a Hot Wheels, that's a tough one again, but I do like the deco on it as well. I like that it's off road. Little bits of stuff here and there. I got like the little zip ties in the back. I think I saw earlier.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's
cool
a drifter's best friend.
You translate over.
But this actually gets driven. Okay, this car makes me smile. Again, I'm shocked. This is the second time. You know, a Miata is probably in my top. It is with this one. The last round, a Miata was in my top. This one, I'm sold on. There's footage of him driving like upstream of a river, like just off-roading, sending it. I love that this is mostly or fully built in a garage, husband-wife team. They did everything themselves. To me, it's fun. Jared, my smile meter through the roof. I want to drive this, and I love the passion that they put into it. You can definitely see themselves reflected in this build, and yeah, he actually has footage of them sending it.
Yeah, I love it. It's got the Tennessee plate out back. It's got the tongue out front. Zip ties, Gambler 500. This thing was built to get romped on. And Colette, like you said, the smile meter. I love that indicator. And you've been spending a lot of time in Florida. I could see you handling this thing out in the bayou or doing what you got to do out there down south. And this
I might go get a Miata now. I want an off-road Miata. I've been wanting one for a while, and I think this just pushed me over the edge. So.
I could see again that Barbie wrap on this thing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Yeah. Brian, Hot Wheels worthy?
Yeah, absolutely. I love Colette's smile meter. Maybe that should be our fourth judging criteria. You know?
We'll add it in.
Totally.
Yeah, you gotta love the humor with that tongue. That's just amazing.
Yeah, it's fun.
I love how they've completely transformed a Miata, and turned it into something else. So I have a real appreciation for this one, for sure.
All right, so let's move on to our next vehicle here. What do we got? Whiz bang, boom! The 1958 Chevy Apache. Now, the Apaches are becoming very popular. You know, the lines on the Apache are very unique. But let's throw some blistering fender flares at them. Let's throw 1,000 horsepower triple turbocharged Chevy Cummins motor with a 6-speed paddle shift transmission. The chassis is from a 04 Chevy Yukon with a complete rear half tube frame. So this is like a full-size RC car. Completely custom lengthened suspension with coilovers. Body kit is from a Ford Mustang, which has been redesigned to fit on this car. Minimalistic race interior with a single Recaro seat and a shifter to shift from park to drive and a hydraulic handbrake. So little drift nod there. Huge rear wing and front splitter to help down all the downforce power to the ground. 18-inch wheels with Toyo tires. One-of-a-kind reimagined Chevy truck. Miles, I feel bad not asking you about the Miata because I could definitely see you throwing like a little 50 or a 110 in the back of the Miata and going out to the trails here in California. So I got to digress back to that vehicle. But then this thing is, you threw all of the Pokemon cards at this thing to get all the powers here. What do you think of this vehicle?
Well, first on the Miata, I just want to see that tongue licking the dirt when it's going through the whoops. That would be pretty awesome, right? So, and then shout out, I saw the truck next to this truck has some TIS wheels, has the TIS logo on there. So
yeah.
Shout out to TIS wheels. This vehicle looks like a fun vehicle to drive, like to physically get out there and rip on. I mean, there's so much detail in this. I mean, it doesn't even look like a 1958. I mean, it looks like an actual race car. So, I mean, the execution looks really cool. I mean, like I said, on the Colette smile meter, this actually puts a big smile on my face. I would definitely like to rip this around.
This is like if Mater from Cars went to the gym, worked out, and then jumped over to like a drift thing, and then went over to the lowrider section, and then I mean, again, this went through Cars the whole town.
This might be it, Jared. This is insane. Like everywhere you look, wherever the video is going, I'm just smile through the roof. I want to drive it. I didn't see footage of it driving, which is the only thing I was like, come on, why didn't it tease us like that? But I mean, it has the fun lever, the drift hydro. We got one of those. 3 turbos. It's wild off the wing, the wide body. There's so much going on. I mean, fully custom every single place that you look. Totally unique. I mean, I want to hear from the Hot Wheels team.
Yeah, I was going to go to Ralph. Ralph Colette. Ralph, what do you think, man?
I'm all about this thing, man. It looks like a rip machine. I love the wide body. It's a nostalgic thing for me too. The Apache truck itself. My dad had one growing up, and so this thing, oh man, I love it. It looks like it rips.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this is built on a Chevy chassis. Then they drop the body on it. This, like I said, they throw the catalog at this thing. There is not a corner that is not customized on this '58 Chevy Apache. Colette, you said this is it? Was that like?
I said I think it might be. It's just so.
I think you said this is
it. It has the wing. It has the wide body. It has 3 turbos.
Oh. Colette just left the room. Colette just left the room.
I want to drive.
All right. Well, I want to drive this thing. Here we go. Miles, this is your birthday car as well. And look, again, wide body, thin body, regardless, 1973 Di Tommaso Pantera. Now, this thing looks beautiful. You could see just the Di Tommaso design in this. Let's talk about the stats here. Car was originally built in Italy with a Ford 351 Cleveland engine. This is a German ZF transaxle from the GT40s, custom built rear panel and front end simulated from a 06 Ford GT, air ride suspension. You can see that see-through panel inside the cab that exposes the engine behind you. That is just a design cue of those the Panteras and the Di Tommasos. 17 by 11 wheels in the front with 275s, 18 by 13 out back with 345 Mickey Thompsons. This is definitely a unique build. Again, shout out Chadwick Boseman there, Black Panther or Black Pantera in this case. I love this car. Coco, I would not let you drive this car because I feel like you'd thrash on this thing. I'm not giving you the keys if this was mine. I'm going to call it out right now.
I will totally trash on it, but I love it. It's so sexy. It definitely makes honor to the name Pantera, you know, like a panther, like smooth criminal, you know, like the lines that are so aggressive, but still so subtle. I love the blue accents they put inside the car and outside the car. Again, my biggest issue right now is like I wish the wheels were like 1 inch wider to fit the flare fenders, because it seems like those are some big fenders, right? Like really big. So, but other than that, the car looks beautiful.
Yeah, dude, the fitment police, dude. There we go. Coco, they're 18 by 13 out back, bro. 17 by 11 up front. What do you want from this man?
Can we change
12?
the offset a little bit?
12 by 20?
You know,
that works. That works.
We can trim the white fender a little bit.
Brian, do you agree with this statement, or do you think the fitment's good?
Well,
and what do you think of this car?
I know what he's saying. The wheels themselves are wide enough, but they do need to stick out a little further to match the width of the fender flares. So
just be flush, right? Just be flush with that fender.
I'm a flush guy.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't bother me too much, but it definitely could be improved there. But this is such a beautiful car. You know, I mean, it's gorgeous. You know, the Ford GT40, you know, front and rear look, you know, tacked onto a Pantera is unexpected. Probably not what I would have done, but it actually works. I mean, it's pretty seamless the way they've integrated that. So
yeah, and Brian, you working?
Nice job.
Yeah, Brian, sorry to cut you off there. You working at multiple different manufacturers. You can see the inspiration of, you know, the GT40 to the GT to the Di Tommaso to obviously, you know, the Italian sports car is a Ferrari. You could see that in the lines of that vehicle, and that's what you guys do at Hot Wheels, right? You're creating some things as well, not just taking vehicles and shrinking them down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we do a lot of our own you know, Hot Wheels originals, which are designs that are created by our own designers in-house, and you know, sometimes we'll be inspired by a car that exists out there in the world and do our own take on it, you know. But yeah, so we're dabbling in a little bit of everything, originals and replication.
All right, so this thing, I don't know if I would even fit inside this vehicle. This 1962 Austin Mini pickup, I might just be like Grape Ape pushing my knuckles down the road as opposed to the Flintstones vehicle we saw earlier. You can see No Limit 62, this 1962 Austin Mini pickup. Extremely rare original pickup. JDM inspired, so it has that kind of, it does have that JDM flair, you know, the wheel fitment. There's your fitment there, Coco. Does that suit you?
Yes,
the things
I see it.
Yeah, okay. This is sitting on 10 by 6s.
And the bike on top.
They are 6 inches wide, man. Half of the Pantera's rear tires. Custom front lip, lowered with adjustable suspension, period correct Mark 1 interior, upgraded motor from 850cc to 998cc with a hi-fi 38 carb, and it has headers and exhaust. I feel like that the Velodrome bike might outrun this thing if you're on a highway, if it's fixed gear. But the 62 Austin Mini pickup, I'm going to go to Brian because I feel like he knows somebody. He's like, this takes me back. You've said that about a few different cars. You're going to say, well, my cousin's uncle's aunt's roommate had one of these. Brian, what do you think of the Austin Mini pickup? Oh, we locked up? Brian locked up. All right, he's frozen. Miles, have you ever seen one of these vehicles in person? What do you think? Austin Mini pickup. It's very unique.
I'm a big fan of the old school Mini Coopers, so 100%. But I've never seen a pickup version, and it's sick. It's actually really, really cool. I mean, the proportions on it look really good. The whole entire fitment. But again, I've been a huge fan of Mini Coopers, the original Mini Coopers for a long time. The new Mini Coopers, not so much. Definitely the old school ones. I mean, this is sick. I can see a little pit bike in the back, like a 110 or something like that, and take that out to the motocross track.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw that. It has, look at the windows, the slider windows. So minimalistic interior. That way your door cards, don't need to be as thick. And then go out back, it has a trailer hitch. So you don't need, you got the truck, but then you could tow, I don't know, a jet ski, I guess. I don't know.
Dude, you could put a little Airstream.
Exactly.
Little Airstream trailer.
Oh,
there
dude,
you go.
I'm hitting the road, baby. Ralph, what do you think of this? The Austin Mini pickup?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Colette's happy meter here, and this thing, makes me happy to look at, and I'm sure it's fun to drive. I used to have a Bug, and my buddy has a Mini, and these things are super fun to rip around in the city and just have fun with. So I'm digging it, and I really love that bike on the back. That points for that. Look at that thing. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's really well done. Again, nice jewelry, Nardi wheel with the wood, and we've seen this. Like the Diora 2 back here, surfboards on that bed. It'd be really cool to see that bike on the back. Ralph, could that be executed?
Most definitely. I think we've done something similar to that. So yes, 100%.
Awesome. All right, let's move right along. A very cool vehicle here. Look at there's those again. Coco, there's your fitment, bro. I mean, you can put that in your back pocket. Those things are popping them like Skittles. Look at this exoskeleton 2018 Polaris slingshot called Sling Ray. Started life as a 2018 Polaris slingshot, converted from a 3-wheeler to a 4-wheeler. Never seen this before. Custom aluminum TIG welded cage to mimic a Corvette ZR1. That's what when I first saw it, I thought it was a Corvette. Custom air ride suspension, built LS3 motor with 650 horsepower, custom one-off wheels, fully custom audio system, one-off APR wing, hydraulic handbrake, completely custom built. And he says authenticity, Hot Wheels style. There's an artist named Benedict Ratcliffe, and if you go to the Palms Hotel in Vegas, or if you just look him up, he's from UK. He builds art pieces that look like this, but this is an actual functioning one. Miles, what do you think of this thing?
I like it. I think it's sick. I've seen the one at the Palms too, and that one's really, really cool. I mean, I have the Pirelli P0s on there and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think I would have taken it a little further and not do a Corvette. I would have done, one of the Italian cars or something else. But that's just my opinion. I think it's awesome. I mean, and I've driven the slingshots, and they're really, really fun vehicles to drive around in, and stuff sits really low. So overall, I think it looks really, really good. Execution, the actual work looks really good. I think I would have picked a different car to model it off of, something a little bit more, like I said, higher end, or, like a Bugatti, like a Veyron or something like that. I would have went after something a little bit more, than a 2018 Stingray.
Okay. All right. Colette, what do you think?
I think it's wild. I love it. I mean, you know me, I would have just probably done a neon yellow cage all around. That's it. But I think it's amazing. It's really like the creativity through the roof. Love it. I want to know though, how does this translate to diecast? Like, is it possible to do something like this
Yep.
intricate where it's not really like a full
guys.
exterior? How's that going to work out?
Yeah, from a design standpoint, Brian, can this be duplicated in the 64th scale?
Yeah, hopefully you can hear me now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is definitely, again, one of my favorites. This one certainly would be challenging to execute, because at this scale, those bars, the tube framing is going to be so thin. So,
Yeah.
It'd have to get bulked up, or we'd have to figure out some creative way to do it. But we're always up for a challenge, right? Hot Wheels challenge accepted. So we could certainly do something with it. But I love this car. It's such a creative idea. I actually like how he's based it on a Corvette, and completely transformed this slingshot, which I would never expect to see.
Yeah, I'm just scratching my head of like, I actually would have left it 3-wheel and then built kind of a car around it. So it's kind of just floating in that back space to transition it over to 4 wheels. I don't think that really touts that, but I really like the concept of it, of just this kind of floating chassis over, or floating kind of 3D CAD thing over there. So it looks like a rendering, really cool. So shout out to Benedict Radcliffe as well. So here we go. Only a few cars left, 2 to be exact. 1925 Ford Model TT Razor. Okay. Larry Bruns, CD Motorsports, what is up? This started off as a 2015 Razor XP1000. Removed the suspension and drivetrain to build a custom chassis from DOM tubing. Chopped the cab 7 inches. Took only 2 months to build by himself with about 1,800 hours of work. This man did not sleep. Hardwood floors, it sounds like a house, and reupholstered seats. Custom built intake and exhaust, and it has a breaker bar handle. Original 1925 Ford steering wheel. Really cool. You could see just the melding of old school meets new school. The design cues going on there. Just a little. Is that a shovel as a gas pedal? Okay, weird flex. Can you dig it though? That's the question. It might be a shovel, but can you dig it? Coco, going to you off road. This thing would be rad in Chile or here in the hills of California.
We were talking about the farm trucks. This is it, bro. You can totally drive this in the farms. This is amazing. You can jump it, you can drive it, you can rip it. That's one thing I really appreciate, is cars that are functional, right? Like earlier we saw the Apache truck. You can drift it, you can drag it, you can do anything with it. Well, not off-road like this guy right here particularly, but I think it's such a genius way to modify Polaris into kind of like a dirt rat road. I don't know how would you call
like
this.
a mud rat. Can we call it a mud rat, Colette?
Mud rat, I like that.
Where's your smile meter on this one, Colette?
I mean, it looks fun. It looks like a good time. As a driver, I want to drive it. CD Motorsports. I mean, those are my initials, right? Maybe it's my company I don't know about, but I love it. I think it's really fun. I definitely would have never thought to do this to a Razor. So like creativity through the roof, awesome. Garage built. Didn't sleep, so obviously put all of his passion, blood, sweat, and tears into this build. So a lot of respect.
Awesome. Muskrat love with 2 T's there, because it's a TT Razor. Brian, what do you think? I like the detail of the external. You could see on the shocks, that external reservoir on the shocks, and it's got the wrap there. It looks like nitrous bottles. Looks like a breaker bar. Yeah. You could see that handle there. This guy had fun. This thing looks fun. Man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's so much cool detailing on this thing, and it's definitely one that's again, unexpected, totally unexpected. I love this build, every little detail. Did he say the cooling actually runs through the tube frame? That's so cool.
Yeah.
And seeing the video, at the end where you see it in action, that really sells it for me. And I think that's a good pro tip for anyone submitting their car. Actually showing your car in action, it wins a huge point with the judges.
Yes. Listen to Brian. Okay, so many times, like the Apache, I wanted to see that thing rip. Come on, you're leaving us hanging.
Yeah.
So definitely do that.
Yeah, you don't want to see these
Yeah,
trailer
sure.
queens, right? You want to see the function, the fashion. That is make sure that,
That would
it's
help.
again.
That would
Yeah. So yeah, Ralph is.
Yeah.
We're all in agreement, right? Can I get a whoop?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. All right, here we go. Our final vehicle of 20. Hopefully, you guys are paying attention because remember you have that Mobil One fan pick. Ooh, look at this. So this is Carl Fisher, Japan's _customs with a K, a 38 Dodge pickup. 10 years in the making. Chopped 6.5 inches, 283 Chevy motor with a 4-speed trans, hydraulic suspension, 18-inch wheels with the white wall tires. That's a cool touch, man. Rear suspension is cantilever over coilover hydraulics, handmade brass accents on the tailgate, door handles, and throughout the car. Built and designed by the owner over the course of 10 years. One-of-a-kind hydraulic suspension. I think that's where this thing is really going to shine. The refinement. Look at the details here. This is, again, just I always pose the question to the Hot Wheels designers because they get hands-on tooling. Can this become a Hot Wheel? I say, like you said, Brian, you want to be challenged. I'm going to go to Ralph though on this one. I think Ralph, I think you like this thing. What do you say?
100%, man. That thing that it did in the front, that would be so sick to be able to do that with the actual car, with the 3-inch diecast itself. 100%. I really love, props to that deco on the side, that whatever that artwork is. I love it. I love the white walls. 100%, dude.
Yeah, and I like how it's very cartoony with the 20-inch steel wheels. You might see them certain sizes, but with the white walls, with the unfinished paint, the hand painted, the brass details. Colette, what do you say?
I love it. Those hydraulics are wild. I think that was one of the videos when I saw it go up and down, and just it really got my attention. All of the brass and gold. I think there's also aluminum detailing on it. Love it. They already have a brand around it. It looks really, really fun. I love the bare metal as well. Really big fan. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, I like the melding of, it looks like something, Japan likes to take Americana and flip it their own way. This looks like something you could see like Bozozuku style. Oh, here we go. And then a burnout. That does it for you. Yeah. So again, it looks like it has that kind of, Japanese style, taking and taking something Americana, make it their own. Miles, what do you think of this Dodge pickup?
I think overall it's sick. The proportions, the contrast looks really good. The way it sits, the wheels, the white walls. I mean, it's just, and I'm a big fan of low riding, so I love hydraulics. A lot of people are going towards air ride now. I love the hydraulic setup that they have in this. It's, really vintage kind of feel. So, I mean, I like it. I like every aspect of this.
Look at
Even
that.
the interior.
So
The interior is really sick. Yeah. They definitely got the deco down, and, and they got Buddha. What's up, Buddha?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at the chain drive. Is that a chain drive handbrake there? Since this is the last vehicle, I got to ask you. I got to ask everybody here. Coco, what do you think?
I love it. This is like they took it like to the next level when it came down to personalize this car. You can tell that a lot of these details are like really personal to that owner. They don't even belong to like either the street, to the garage, to race car. It's just like one guy with a crazy idea that brought it to life, which is really amazing. Not any garage is capable to do. Look at those rods and arm links connection in the steering. It's amazing.
Yeah, I like it. Just that refinement. Again, jewelry looks great. Last but not least, Brian, going to you. Can this be a Hot Wheel? I love it. A lot of deco, as you say, livery, hand-painted details.
Yeah.
I think this deserves to be a little bit bigger, though, because there's such detail.
Oh, well, we could still capture all that detail in 64.
All right. Challenge accepted is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's right. We're up for anything. This is one of my favorites for sure. That front suspension just sold me on this one right away. That's just so incredible, so creative the way they've done that, and all the little detailing on it is just phenomenal, and just has such a cool stance. Like Ralph said, I love the livery on it. I'd love to see this one made into a Hot Wheels for sure.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. 20 vehicles. Woof. Are you guys tired? I mean, is it exhausting, or Yeah, round of applause for all 20 vehicles.
That was awesome, man. It was awesome.
Birthday boy throwing up the horns.
Bring more,
Coco's feeling
bring more.
it. Yeah, Colette. Oh man, and Colette, you said out of the gate. We say this every time, but it bears repeating. Just the pure diversity, you know. And I liked what Miles said at the beginning. I might shock you, and he did. I mean, you know, I think we're all a little shocked and a little pressed. And truth be told, we get a little teaser before we do this, but it just adds to like, oh yeah, oh wow, I forgot. You know, it's one of those things, especially like you go to the SEMA show, which we would have been there in person just a little bit from now, but you know what? It's great because we could do this from the comfort of our own home. So grab a drink, grab a good time, because the party continues here. The run of show, this is what it looks like. We will get our judges' top 3 here in just a little bit. We have our Hot Wheels Design Spotlight. You're going to stay tuned because you're going to actually find out how to customize Hot Wheels. You know, it's great. Customize a vehicle. A lot cheaper to do this. And I'll tell you what, I've seen this video. It blows my mind every time I see this. We got Paxton Booth joining us in Paxton's booth. We have the dub pick from Miles. Our Mobil One special guest, Mark Arsenal, will be joining us from the Bay Area. And then Legends Tour Round 6 winner will be found out here this evening. So thanks for joining us here. And, man, thank you so much. And if you didn't see your vehicle on this round of Hot Wheels Legends, you might see it in an upcoming one. And if you're saying, I want my vehicle to be a Hot Wheel, go to hotwheels.com/legends and submit your vehicle. All right, so again, none of this would be possible without our partner from day one, Walmart and Walmart.com. As we did have an in-person Hot Wheels Legends stop earlier this year, I want to encourage you, go to Walmart.com/Hot Wheels, where you can pick up some Mobil One oil, you could pick up some Hot Wheels, and of course, if you get the Walmart bundle with some Hot Wheels Legends goods, Mobil One oil, you, by creating the bundle, will receive the Sun Again. They might be sold out, so you got to act now. But again, Larry Wood designed Volkswagen Sun Again. So you have to get the bundle. Also, if you missed Colette's last Gasser giveaway, there's going to be another one coming up. So go to walmart.com/Hot Wheels. Colette, again, everybody's standing by. What's the chat like? What's going on? What's one thing that stands out to you? What's up?
You know, honestly, I was trying to get everybody to tell me what their favorite build was, and it's still all over the place. But definitely, Apache's coming up, the Stingray, and the Miata. So once again, you know, Miata is rising to the top for this competition.
Miles wanted to lick the dirt. That was my Miata impersonation. All right, before we go to the judging, let's take a quick look at the 20 cars. We kicked things off eons ago. NSXs, we had 3 of them. 3 very different builds: classic Riviera, Dodge Challenger. Colette, again, I liked the new introduction of the Smile Meter. You said it, but it really got branded heavily here. Smiles for miles here on this Legend stop.
Yeah, I know. I think we're going to have to add the extra criteria. That seems to be a common theme.
I loved Ralph really brought in, you know, we've had 2 Hot Wheels designers on each stop, you know, Brian kind of at the helm of the designers and bringing a different element. Ralph really brought in the whole graphic and what you call deco. You know, in the car world, in the full size, it's livery or graphics, but the deco, that's a different term, Ralph, and that is kind of applicable just in the diecast kind of jargon. Am I correct?
Yes, indeed. It's an important aspect because we have one tool and then we can redecorate many times over. So it's definitely an important part of the whole Hot Wheels ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of that, please reiterate, you know, the criteria: creativity, authenticity, garage spirit. Did you see that?
Most definitely, man. Totally. Authenticity. You could tell. I mean, everything was unique here. Creativity. There was a lot of creativity going on for sure. Even with the Miata, the off-road Miata, I'm getting more sold on it as Colette keeps speaking about it.
I think it was Jared, the tongue out. That's what's working it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. The happy meter. How about being happy and more than
what the holy cow? This is the trophy right here, the Diora 2, again, designed in El Segundo, California, the iconic vehicle, and it sits behind me right there. There you go, the Diora 2 in full size and 1/64. Also, the winner receives a custom Dickies jacket with Hot Wheels Legends 2020 Dickies. That's chain stitch, baby. That thing is custom. So again, the winner receives that, and again, the Mobil 1 winner wins a year's supply of Mobil 1 oil. Sorry, I forgot I was holding the microphone there. Just having some fun. I got too excited, right? All right. So without further ado, judges, are you ready to give me your 3, 2, 1? Gonna kind of, don't go too long. I don't want you to get crazy. I don't want to thank your mom and everybody and all that. But 3, 2, 1, we're gonna kick things off with Coco. Again, your third favorite, your second favorite, and your number 1. Go.
So my third one is the 58 Apache. I love it. So aggressive, built with a purpose. Then my second one will be the 2002 BMW. I just love the wide body, man. It's just so racy and stylish. That thing can rip, I'm pretty sure. And then
And it had a good fitment for you. Again,
Dude,
this
so
the wheel fitment police over here.
You cannot fit your finger right there. So that's perfect.
Speaking of finger, I'm holding up number 1. What's number 1, Coco?
Number one is the 1938 Dodge pickup. It's the last vehicle we saw on the show. I just really admire how much time was put on the details inside and outside. How much thought too, because I know they didn't buy the parts on Jag, on eBay. So there was a lot of customizations and handmade stuff. So I love it.
And again, Coco, I think that looks like a vehicle that you would like to build and drive. I remember, a couple SEMAs ago, you built that Nissan truck, and it kind of emulated this style, that rat rod kind of funky Bozozuku mixed with that rat rod kind of rawness.
A lot, yeah. My truck was raw, and we let it get rusted, and then I love the stance of how tall the tires are compared to the body. It almost reaches the height of the window, and it's like a spider in the ground, So it's really, really aggressive, and then I loved also that they show performance video on this. A clip on this video, doing the burnout. That was really cool too.
It can perform. So, all right. Moving right along. Yep. For it, also a reminder to the judges: if you can say the year first, make, model, just because we had a few NSXs, so just want to clarify. So moving on to, I'm gonna go to Miles. Miles, if you will. Again, 3, 2, 1, year, make, model. What do we got?
So number 3 would be JJ's NSX. I think it was a 2017 or some other 19.
That was
I don't remember.
The first vehicle, the brand new one, the newest
one.
Yeah,
JJ's
there
NSX.
You go.
2017. Yeah. So the wide body, the way it stands, just everything. It looks really, really awesome. I mean, it's a great build. I've seen it in person a couple times, and it's really, really put together well.
Wait, JJ's pulling up to pick you up, Miles. That's weird. That's
there
odd.
it is.
He's taking you to dinner. Wow, that's really convenient, Miles. Obviously,
that's how it works.
I'm joking. Go into number 2. What do you got?
So number 2, I'm gonna go with the Slingshot, the Corvette Slingshot. I thought that was really unique and really cool. The Stingray. Yeah. I have a bad memory. I'm getting old, so I don't remember the actual. So it's a 2018. But yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see something different than a Corvette, but you can't go wrong there. I mean, the conversion to the 4-wheel, the way that it stands, everything else. I really like that, and I've seen that it's a crowd favorite as well.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. You went with that car because you were kind of scrutinizing it not being something a little more exotic, but here you are choosing it number 2.
Well, you know what? I got to make it entertaining, right? That's what it's about, right?
I love it.
Keep it going.
Miles for Miles. All right, number 1. That's a MYLES and a MILES. What do we got? Number 1.
That's right. 4 days. So number 1. This is a tough one because there's a lot of really good. And you know what? Great. Shout out to all the guys participating. But the one that did it for me is the 2002 BMW. I mean, that's number 1 for me. I would drive that home today. Did the bubble flares, the interior, the center console, the paint job, the interior color, the engine package. I mean, just the stance. I mean, that, I'm a short, fat guy, so I'm going to fit perfectly in there, like snug. You might not even be able to get me out once I get in there.
Miles in the box. Miles in the box. You got to wind him up to get him out.
That's it.
Here he comes. Miles, come on, man. We love you. So again, quit picking on yourself, brother. Well, those are some great picks. All right, moving on to let's go to Ralph, birthday boy. Ralph, what do you got? 3, 2, 1. Send it.
All right, man. So, unfortunately, since I'm a Hot Wheels employee, I'm just going to go with what I feel like would make a Hot Wheels vehicle. So, it's a blessing and a curse, so to speak. So, number 3, it was a toss-up between the 38 Dodge pickup and the 2015 Delgado. So, I'm going to go with the 38 Dodge pickup. I felt like that had a lot of cool features on it as well. All right. Moving on to number 2 is that 73 BMW 2002. That thing is amazing, and it was hard to go with number 2 on that one for me. I really love the look. As a Hot Wheels, I think it would look so freaking rad.
Yep. And now it comes with a Miles Kovacs in the trunk as well, so because he can't get out of the vehicle.
There you go.
Yep. All right, number 1, Ralph.
Number 1, man, 58 Chevy Apache. That thing looks like a rip monster. I love it. It hits every note for me as far as like just overall Hot Wheels look.
Yeah, there again, not a corner is stock. This thing is completely modified, 3 turbos on a Chevy chassis. I mean, this is just the whole catalog and then some, man. So yeah, definitely a great selections here. All right, moving on to Brian. Brian, what do we got?
All right. Yeah, some great picks so far, and I don't disagree with anything that's been said. Good stuff. So for number 3, man, I'm really, really torn. There's so many good options, but I'm going to go with, I want to say the 38 Dodge, but I'm going to go with the Stingray just because of the creativity, the unexpectedness of that. So Stingray is my number 3. For number 2, I'm going to have to go with the BMW 2002, the 73 BMW. I just love that thing, the wide body on that. It's just such a perfect stance on that car, and it would definitely make an awesome Hot Wheels. And then for number 1, number 1 for me is no question. This is absolutely number 1. Nothing else came close for me. It's the Apache, the 58 Apache. That thing is just sick. Completely purpose built. Every little detail on that is to do the job. And who would have thought to put late model Mustang fender flares on a 58 Chevy pickup? But it just works beautifully. So that's absolutely my favorite.
I know there hasn't been a Cars movie in a while, but I want to check Mater for steroids, man. I think he's he's been juicing a little too much, man. COVID's changed him. COVID's changed him, and there he is. That
Vader's evil twin brother.
Yeah. I am. It's Vader Mater, right? I mean, Brian, you're part of Vader, so there we go. All right, last but definitely not least, my co-host and homegirl, House of Pre. What is up? Colette, 3, 2, 1, send it.
You know what? Miles was building up a lot of anticipation here. Everyone was. So I'm just going to get straight to the point. This was really, really hard. I'm still changing my mind, but I'm just going to go for it. Number 3, Stingray, all the way. It's super unique, wild looking, love the creativity, and I want this car. So that's number 3. Number 2 is a 38 Dodge pickup. Big fan. I think the creativity through the roof, all the little details, the hydraulics, like as Coco pointed out, like just the dimensions of everything and kind of that aggressive stance. Big fan. And number 1.
What do you got?
Number 1, the Apache truck.
Oh, wow.
The Apache,
Wow,
all the way.
that's
I feel
big.
like I think I said it already and showed my cards in the beginning. This was
Yeah.
quite early standing out as number 1.
Wait, the Miata just stuck the tongue out at you. It felt offended. It
You know
stuck
what?
its tongue at you,
It's so
Colette.
funny because I was struggling with the Miata being number 3, and that just made me regret it. I'm sorry. Honorable shout out
Look.
to Miata. I love it. But number
Nope.
Speaking of
1,
Miata, I meant to give that an honorable mention.
yes.
Yep.
There we go. Honorable mention for the Miata all the way. That build is so much fun. Smile meter through the roof. But number 1, definitely the Apache. I mean, every single corner of this build, every detail, I want to drive it. There's 3 turbos. It's wide-bodied, big wing. It's wild all around.
Wow.
It's number 1 for me.
Great assortment of vehicles. Again, round of applause from our judges for all the vehicles. Round of applause, because right now we're going to take don't go anywhere. Sorry, I don't want to take. There's no break because we are keeping the party going. But this is a great Hot Wheels designer spotlight. And Brian and Ralph, I believe you're aware of this customization of Hot Wheels. You guys do a fine job, as do automotive manufacturers, right? But we're custom, right? We're all about wheels, tires, like Nitto Tires, from off-road to on-road to drift to grip to rip. Nitto Tires has a tire for you, but it's all about customization, right? Making it your own. The vehicle is the canvas. The Hot Wheels is the canvas. And here we have a designer, a Hot Wheels spotlight, that really sheds some light on customizing Hot Wheels. And I think, Colette, you've seen this, and you talked about the wheels and how many wheels. You'd love if those were full size.
Just wait, everyone out there. The wheel selection is amazing.
It's nuts. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead. We'll be watching a Hot Wheels customizer, Luke Bumstark's tips on customizing little Hot Wheels. 164th. Go ahead, Luke.
Hey guys, welcome to the Hot Wheels Design Spotlight. I'm Luke Baumstark, and today we're talking all about customizing Hot Wheels. Cars have such a wide array of what you can do. They can be huge horsepower, fun machines. They can be artistic canvases. That's where customizing Hot Wheels has kind of been born in my eyes. When I first started, I had so many Hot Wheels cars laying around. They were great. I loved everything that was coming out. It was fascinating, and I was just like, okay, why haven't they done this yet, or why hasn't this been done? I'd love to see one built like this. Once you dip your toes in, you might as well get ready for a cannonball, start drilling stuff apart, start shaving pieces off, adding pieces to it, really defining, where your brain wants to take it and what it means to you to see it that way. Now I'm gonna give you guys a closer look on how I got this basic Hot Wheel 510 off of the shelf and my process getting it through to make it a one-of-a-kind custom out of my own imagination. First things first, you gotta take it apart. Get your drill, power drill, go through the rivets. Try to keep it clean. You don't need to make a mess. It's rudimentary, it's very simple. Maybe 3/16 drill bit's gonna do your job just fine. Sink through, get it opened. Take it, you gotta strip that paint off. Painting over existing paint is not the best canvas for you guys to really lay down your creativity on. Once you've completed your prep work, you can really get a better idea on what you're working with. It should look a little more something like this. I try to take everything down to bare metal. I pre-drill and retap all of the existing posts so that way I can put small screws in there and get everything assembled so I can take it apart and put it together as I go along in case I need to make adjustments. Also, it's a good time for test fitting wheels that you might want to put on it so that way you can see what avenue you're going to take with your build. Once you've gone through that, you can really start to conceptualize your build, what's going to make it yours. In this particular case, the entire car I smoothed out. I got rid of all the casting seams so my paint finish is going to be nice. Also, I wanted to add a couple earlier style flares that I personally liked. Fender flares, external oil cooler, deleted the headlight. I lowered the entire car down. To do that, I had to shave the inner fenders out because it's got to roll, it's got to have that right process. I found out what stance I wanted to go with. Once you're completed on all of that fine tuning, then you're ready for paint. You can really, dive into letting your creativity do its thing. Find out where you're going and really take it there. For my personal build, I really loved era race cars. I went with more of a factory color. I went with more nostalgic racing decals and a couple other odds and ends that I thought would add to the entirety of the outlook that I was going for. Those are a few of my personal steps that I take. There's a lot more that goes into it, but I'm gonna let you guys find that on your own. That's half the fun. If you guys are interested in customizing your own Hot Wheels, here's a few tips to get you guys going. Start small. You don't need to bite off more than you can chew. Get yourself some basic tools, basic drill bits, Dremel. Love my Dremel bits. It does wonders and it can really touch on a lot of aspects that you can incorporate while building one of these. Paint strippers, paints. You don't have to go out and jump into a really expensive airbrush. Start basic rattle cans, aerosol. see if it's something that you can work with. It works for a lot of people. Build yourself a graveyard of parts. You can have various castings on hand. You can pull different wheels from different cars. Try to have a few things on hand to where you can not just be set in one option. Give yourself a handful of options and see where that takes you. Clean canvases are the best way to really see where you can stretch your talents and your inspirations. Most importantly, have fun. Do something you're proud of. It's for no one else but yourself. Just as everybody's builds are their own. It's not for someone else to enjoy. It's their own product, their own imagination, their creativity. Hopefully this Hot Wheels Design Spotlight has inspired you to go out there and create your very own custom Hot Wheels.
Wow, absolutely unbelievable. Am I right? You saw those wheels that Colette was talking about. Colette, those wheels were absolutely bonkers. I'd love to see those in real life version if they were, TE37s or Watanabes or whatever. Of course, like dub wheels as well, right?
No, that's the selection of my dreams for Hot Wheels. And in the live chat right now, I think we've just determined that coming up next on my YouTube channel is a R7 FC Hot Wheels diecast build. I have to do it. That video inspired me, and now I want to do my own.
Right, and it's a lot cheaper too. I mean, you could crash it and replace it. It's all good. Yeah. All right. Well, again, thank you to Luke Bumstark. Absolutely amazing. Like I said, get the tools, dive in, delve in. And this is just, again, the canvas is there. 25,000 vehicles Hot Wheels has made. And now, speaking of the history, 50 plus years, our next special guest is going to dive in. Normally we have a segment with him, but an award-winning actor, a longtime member of the Hot Wheels family, at such a young age, he's a Hot Wheels historian, and he's a true enthusiast of all things Hot Wheels and 1/64th scale, and we're going to bring him in here momentarily. Up next is Paxton's booth, and he has some pressing questions for both Ralph and Brian about Hot Wheels design and the whole Hot Wheels brand. So without further ado, Paxton Booth, what's up, man?
Hi!
Paxton, at such a young age, your dad got you into Hot Wheels. I saw a couple episodes, or it might have been the last episode. You have your dad's old crashed up Hot Wheels and just all the different designs. Why do you love Hot Wheels so much?
Because there's so many different models to choose from, and there's just so many different worlds you can go in Hot Wheels, and you can really make your own world with them too. You can do tons of different races, and you could do the orange tracks, and there's so many different things you could do with Hot Wheels. They're a lot of fun. Right
on. Again, a little patience here. I got a little glitchy right now, a little 8-bit technology going on, but we'll get you dialed in. But we could hear you loud and clear, Paxton. So without seeing your face, I know you have some pressing questions for our designers. So Brian and Ralph are your designers. What kind of questions do you have?
So, as you can see, actually, you can't see, but you might have seen before, I have a ton of Hot Wheels behind me, so I am a huge collector. I love Hot Wheels. So I was wondering, do you guys, the designers, do you get specific projects, like you need more JDMs and you need to make more hot rods, or do you just get to really design whatever?
That's a great question, Paxton, and it's good to see you again, man. So yeah, we it's a whole process where we go through a brainstorm process early on, and everybody kind of gets to contribute ideas to what types of vehicles they want to see in the line. We take all that, we come up with a game plan of where we want to go with the line, and then we start to divvy out projects, and of course the team members that are most passionate about a particular vehicle or particular vehicle type, will usually get to tackle that particular design. And we do both Hot Wheels originals and licensed vehicles. So there may be guys that are really into muscle cars, like our designer Brendan Batusky, or someone who's really into Euro tuners, and they'll tackle that one. But then, as far as the Hot Wheels originals, that's really the individual designer just coming up with blue sky ideas for what he or she wants to see in the line.
Cool. So,
Yeah.
so I have a question. It's a two-part question. It's kind of like the first one, but when you are deciding a car, do you know if it's going to be a real rider, RLC, super treasure hunt, or just a regular car, or is that decided after you've made the model?
Yeah. I'll kind of. You want to get this one, Ralph?
Sure. Hey, Paxton, that's a good question. It all boils down to the price of the car. I don't know if you're familiar, but obviously you are with all the cars behind you. The dollar cars that you can find at your local grocery store or Walmart, those have the plastic hard ABS wheels, so they need to work on track. And the more collectible stuff, like the premium vehicles, those get to have the two-piece rubber real-looking tire. They cost a little bit more, but you get a lot more detail in the wheels and in the tires. So yeah, all that stuff is decided ahead of time by business people, and we get our assignments, and we get to work on cool stuff every day, man. It's living the dream.
Cool. So do you have to like design them? So you have to design them specifically for a reason, like the normal dollar or the $5 real rider ones.
Correct. Yes, and we get to design a lot of them too. So it's we design muscle cars, we design drifters, we design race vehicles. So it's a big spectrum of cars. It never gets boring. It's always fun.
So you get a little bit of everything.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So one of my favorite parts about Hot Wheels is the packaging. It's the first thing you see when you get into the Hot Wheels section. So do you guys have to collaborate with the packaging designers?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work very closely with our packaging designers, and especially on the adult collector side. It's all about how that line is presented in package on shelf. And so Julian Coyles is one of our key packaging designers that we work with on that side, and we're always in discussions talking about how we want to represent this particular assortment, and we've done some really creative things with the packaging where Julian's created these like scenes that where if you stack all the packages next to each other, it completes the scene. And so it's really fun to see how the cars get translated on package, and we always we celebrate the car is the star, we say. So that packaging art always highlights the car that is in that particular package.
Cool. That is all my questions. Thanks for having me, guys. I am super stoked to be here today.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for coming. It's great to see you again. It's always great to have you as an ambassador for the brand.
Yes.
I love your collection.
Yeah, right on. Thank you so much, Paxton. Always good to see you. Thank you so much. A little glitchy there, but no big deal. You could feel the passion. You could feel the history at such a young age, and he's really educated on what's going on with Hot Wheels, from tracks to packaging to design to all that. It's really cool. So thank you so much for joining us, Paxton Booth, and that was Paxton's booth featuring Brian and Ralph, our Hot Wheels designers. So now it's time for our Mobil One fan vote. So our fan vote begins. So now it's time to pull out your phone. I'll pull up my phone right here. And what you're going to want to do is go to IG, go to Instagram. You're going to go to Hot Wheels Official, because I know you already follow them, but that is a Hot Wheels Official. It's right there in the corner above me, and you see it multiple places. Go to Instagram. You're going to go up to the top left-hand corner. You can see stories, right? And you're going to tap over. Oh, there it is. The Mobil One fan favorite. Now, that is the screen. And you can see between the two vehicles, the 73 BMW 2002 or the 38 Dodge truck. Now, you're either going to push the 2002 or the Dodge truck. Oh, man. That is splitting hairs here, but I'm going to go. I'm all right. All right. I chose. Judges, did you guys do it? Judges?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right.
I just did it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Coco's in. Miles, did you get it? Miles is working on it right now. Ralph. All right. Brian is in. Colette, which one did you choose?
You didn't call me out like that?
Yeah. Yep.
What do you think? Is it my top three?
I think you chose the BMW 2002. You chose the Dodge truck? You chose the Dodge truck? I forgot. My mind's like an Etch-a-Sketch, man. I'm getting all shooken up over here, and I forgot. Am I bad? Jeez.
Is that what you voted for?
I chose the Dodge truck. Miles, which one?
There we go.
I chose the Dodge truck.
Oh, Coco, Dodge truck.
Me too, Dodge truck. That was my first place.
Yeah, exactly. Brian and Ralph, which one'd you choose? They're still buffering right now. Brian's locked and loaded right now. Brian and Ralph. Ralph, which one'd you choose? Are you choosing it right now?
No, I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh,
here.
okay. Again, still buffering right now. So again, the Mobil One fan favorite will receive a year supply of Mobil One oil. So again, all the winners of the Mobil One fan favorite of each round will be pooled, and at the end of this, the overall winner of the Mobil One fan favorites will go against each of the Legends Stop winner rounds, and then will be in the finals in November in Los Angeles. So it is not out. This is basically like consolation round. It's Miles, you'll appreciate this, right? It's kind of LCQ, right? Last chance qualifier, like Supercross or anything like that. So this is the LCQ, the Mobil One fan favorite. All right. So as we move right along, now it's up to you. Speaking of Miles, this is the Dub Magazine pick. Now, a lot of pressure here. This is for bragging rights. Miles Kovacs, co-founder of Dub and the Dub Empire. Your pick, hosted by Dub. What do you got, Miles?
So the Dub pick I'm going to go with right now, and it's just based on just uniqueness. I like it. It's all black. Was the Pantera, actually.
Ooh, you did surprise me. Look at that. The Di Tommaso Pantera. Now, does this embody Dub? What, or do you just want to drive this? I mean, I can't fit in this car, but why is this the Dub pick?
You know, I like it. I like the wheel sizes. I mean, the 13, obviously the offset, as Coco pointed out, could be a lot more aggressive. But the older cars with the flares are running larger tires. So in order to get that, really flush stance or even, sticking out, you have to run a smaller tire. So that's a compromise there a little bit with this particular vehicle. Mm-hmm. But overall, I think it's an awesome build. It looks really cool. And it really didn't get any love from anybody else. I was surprised.
Well, look at you. Spreading the love, man. That's the Miles
Spreading
Kovacs
the love.
way.
Gotta spread the love, man.
Spreading the love. There it is, the 73 Di Tommaso Pantera, the Dub pick of the sixth stop of the Hot Wheels Legends Tour. Right on. There you go, Miles. Again, no pressure to you. All right, moving right along. We're talking about the Mobil One fan favorite, and we have our special guest on deck in just a moment. Looks like he is live from the illest bay, the hella flush, the fat lace, whatever, all things. Collect everything himself, Mr. Mark Arsenal. Mark, what's up, homeboy? Oh, I think you're muted. Can we turn you off mute? Are we good? Are we going to get some audio going? The buffering. Tell me. Sing a little song. Sing a little ditty here. Look at the cars in the back. He's got the AE86. He's got motorcycles, but no audio. We got the old school Scott. Oh, there we go. I can hear you now. Just talking about. So, did you hear all the bad stuff I was saying about you?
Yeah.
Mark, you and I go way back. You've been in the industry for a long time, and I think just to toot your own horn in front of you, you've worked at iconic companies like Gap, Nike, Adidas, EA Games. You've worked with companies such as Hot Wheels. You've worked with Beats by Dre. You've worked with a slew of companies, but at the core of it, you are Bay Area do and die, from breakdancing to music to automotive. But you're a car guy, man. Collect everything. That's what really embodies your whole brand.
Yeah, dude. I'm all about collect everything, but I don't keep everything. I definitely let it go after a while, or else I won't have any room.
You being a dad of so many kids, but you being a kid at heart, your Hot Wheels have grown from 1/64th to 1-to-1. But how critical was your relationship with Hot Wheels, and how that plays a role in now your, adult childhood? Let's call it what it is.
I think, with Hot Wheels, it's always been one of those things where, if I saw something, I made sure I bought it because it was like 99 cents. But, like nowadays, there are definitely a lot more options when it comes to like Hot Wheels and stuff. But yeah, like being able to buy 1-to-1 cars nowadays is pretty awesome. I'm not collecting all of them, but at the same time, like if I let one go, if I regret it, I end up buying it back. Like my Skyline behind me, I ended up getting it back recently.
Yeah, and again, you have some of my favorite cars from, you had, what is it, number 2 Rowell Porsche in the States. You have multiple Defenders.
It was number 1, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Was it the first one before Scotto?
It was Scotto and I were actually built together, so I guess we share number 1 together.
So you were both on the box holding the trophy up, like on the podium.
Yeah, I guess.
Out of your vehicles that you currently own, again, you call that Hachiroku behind you your son's, and that'll eventually be his car. What vehicle of your arsenal, no pun intended, would you like to be immortalized as a Hot Wheel?
Well, I mean, they did my bus as a Hot Wheels a couple years ago. I'd still love to do either the 8.6 or this Hako. That'd be really cool if they were able to do that. But I know they've done it in the past, but would be pretty cool.
If you had free reign, and we have Brian and Ralph down here, our Hot Wheels designers, if you had free reign, what would you like to do? Because, I mean, you've been in the design world, again, designing Illust, Fat Lace, Hella Flush, so many different brands over the years. What would you like to see done and executed in Hot Wheels? What would you do a little different? Because they might be listening. Just, I don't know, blister pack or something unique. Because, again, your streetwear knowledge and kind of that JDM feel, what would you do?
Well, I mean, for Hot Wheels, I think one thing that I think Hot Wheels is, I mean, I don't know if they've done this, but I think would be really cool for collectors is like create like garages, like whether it's like a garage where you can hold 10 of your favorite cars and show off to your friends. I think that's like a really great accessory for the kids that collect,
Yeah, like a cool diorama, right? Like the Fat Lace paddock. You park all your cars there. You have some lifts and all that. And before Brian responds and says, "We already do that," or I'm joking, I want you to pull out your phone. I want you to pull out your phone again and go to Hot Wheels Official. It's close. It is real close. We talked about the Dodge truck and we talked about the BMW 2002. Brian, do you make something like that? And do you have anybody have any questions for Mark? Brian first, though.
Yeah. So, actually, we're right on the same wavelength with Mark here. I love the idea of diorama garage settings. We've been having some conversations about that very thing. So maybe we should talk, you and I, Mark.
There you go. I'm just making I'm colliding all these worlds. Mr. Cartoon's ice cream truck. The Fat Lace paddock is being made. And everybody gets a snow cone that buys the Volkswagen bus, right, Mark?
That's right.
Any one of our judges, right? Any one of our judges have a question for Mark Arsenal here? Miles, go ahead, Miles.
What's up, Mark?
What's up, dude?
What was your first car ever? You know what I'm saying? What was that first car and, like that you rolled around?
Back in the day, my mom gave me her car when I turned 16, and that was a 84 BMW 318i.
Ballin'.
It wasn't really, but that, and then I got a VW GTI after that.
That's cool.
A Mark 1.
That's awesome. Did you hook it up?
Yeah, I cut the springs.
Of course you did. You ruined it, is what you did. Everybody did it. You either heated them up or you cut a coil, right?
They didn't have
when you're young,
back then,
you cut
so
springs.
Cut springs in half and put them in.
You probably didn't even take them off the shocks. You cut them while they're on the car and just like punch them out with a hammer.
Cut them right there.
Yeah, you just go for it, right?
Ghetto style.
Do
what
right?
you got to do.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Mark, did you vote? Did you vote for the Mobil 1 fan favorite yet?
Yeah.
Okay. It's close. It's real close. I'm getting from our directors over here. It's super close. Did you choose the BMW or the Dodge?
I chose the Dodge.
Dude, the Dodge is, but it seems that we are 50-50. Anybody have any questions here for Mark at all? Hey, Coco, don't you run a Fat Lace, whatchamacallit, Vertex wheel in your GTR, don't you?
A steering wheel, yes, I do.
What?
Yeah.
I do, and I love it. It says living the fast life with fast cars.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
in the
yeah,
steering
yeah.
wheel. And I remember buying it like 4 or 5 years ago when we were gonna take my car to SEMA show the first time. And it's beautiful. You guys made such a beautiful piece of steering wheel, and you still do, right? Are you guys still making custom steering
Yeah,
wheels?
I try to do one every year with them just to make it super special. Everyone bugs me about it, so I think it's a really good staple in our line.
Yeah, no, it's a great addition. And Mark, you have you and your team there in the Bay Area have done such a great job just over the years. Just contributing from the old 360 VM guys to now Fat Lace, Hella Flush, Illest, and the brands just keep continuing. So thank you for all the contributions you've done for the JDM world, the automotive world, and the design and fashion world.
Cool, man. Thank you, guys. Nice seeing
Hey,
you.
happy early birthday, bro. See you on Monday, October 19th,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ralph's birthday today as well. So wish Ralph a happy birthday
Oh,
as
dude,
well.
happy birthday,
Thanks, man.
Libra.
Right on, Mark. See you soon, brother. Thank you. Aloha. Thanks,
Bye, guys.
brother.
So, Mark, congrats.
All right, so the polls are closed. It was a tight one. Like we said, between the BMW and that Dodge truck. And what? Really? Are we narrowing it? Come on, really? Oh, let me take a look. We are finding out. I'm going over here. I'm going to stories. I don't know if you've revealed the deal yet, but I am tapping over. We are tapping over, and you know what?
I think we're 50-50.
We are currently 50-50. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not seen this yet. Okay. All right. We are still buffering right now, and the polls should have been closed, but I think we have a tie. Is this going to be a tie? This has never happened before. My producer's over here going, okay. All right. Right? Hey, I'm the puppet, man. You guys just tell me what to do, and I'll do it. But you know what? I think that we are actually. I think we're gonna wait. Maybe we wait because again, the winner, either the Dodge truck or the BMW, receives a year's supply of Mobil 1 oil, which is definitely a hot commodity. And it looks like we do have a winner. And it is the BMW 2002 as your Mobil 1 fan vote winner. A round of applause.
Nice.
Yeah, so it shows 50-50 on the page, but the BMW gets the win. So, yeah, it's a great car. Remember, this vehicle, LCQ, last chance qualifier, goes against all the other Mobil 1 fan votes, and then one will be chosen out of that pool to go against the Legends Stop winner. So congratulations to the BMW 2002. All right, Colette, everybody's been sticking around. What do they need to do to win a gasser? Limited edition, they sell out. What do you got?
Okay, it is time for our last gasser giveaway and update. The gasser is officially sold out. Jared, they're gone. So this is the very last one. Jared's going to try and steal it. We're not going to let him. And in order to win this one, I need to make sure you guys are first going to be responding to the question on the Hot Wheels Facebook page. So if you're on my YouTube channel right now, pull up Facebook, go to the Hot Wheels live stream that's on Facebook right now, and all you have to do is tell me who you want to win overall for the competition this weekend. What was your favorite build? Let us know in the comments on the live stream. And again, that is on the Hot Wheels Facebook page. Let us know, and someone from the Hot Wheels team is going to be randomly picking a winner for the giveaway. So pressure is off me. And now I'm going to open up the Facebook page.
What do you got? Act now. Right? Who do you want to win? It's that easy, and you receive this limited edition sold out gasser. I mean, this thing, when we had our first look at home, this thing was sold out within like the next sentence I said. It was gone. So here you are giving this thing out. Are we getting it? Is it coming in? Remember, next up we find out who wins Stop 6 of the Hot Wheels Legends Tour presented by Mobil 1. Our presenting sponsors, Walmart and Nitto Tires. Remember, Nitto Tires delivers on-road, off-road, drifting, ripping, gripping. So everything from that Sling Ray to the Miata. You can find Nitto Tires with its tongue out sliding sideways or sending it over the hip. Colette, did we get a winner?
I think It is still being chosen. I haven't been told a winner yet, but from the comments, a lot of fans for the Apache, which is my number one pick, Brian's as well. So shout out to that. A lot of the BMW mentions as well. Oh, yes, we have a winner. Justin. Let's see, Doug Lau.
Doug
who
Lau.
said that they wanted the 2002 BMW to win overall tonight. You just won the sold out limited edition gasser. So congratulations. Someone from the team is going to be reaching out to you. And there you have it. That was our winner. Congrats, Doug.
Doug Lau, congratulations. You win a gasser. Now, speaking of gas, we're running out of gas here, but we only have one stop left on this train. Short and sweet. I'm going to throw it to you guys, the judges. Brian, how was your experience? What do you think of all the vehicles? Short and sweet, if you will.
Oh, this has been fun. This has been awesome. I've been so impressed with all the creativity I've seen tonight. The array of cars has just been incredible. There's so much individual personality in the car, and it was so hard to pick the winner for me. Top three, that was like grueling to try to narrow it down to three. But
yeah,
a lot of great cars.
It's not an easy job, but we appreciate you racking away on your brain. Ralph, happy birthday, bud. But your experience.
Thanks, man. It was awesome, man. Shout out to all the contestants, all the guys that made it this far. I mean, that's nothing to scoff at. I mean, it took a lot of willpower on all the builds and stuff. So shout out to you guys. Congrats. And it was amazing. It was awesome. Too many cars honestly, it was hard to pick just one, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it is. It blood, sweat, and tears. So diverse. You don't know what to go. I mean, you can't choose one favorite land at Disneyland, right? You got to choose them all because it's the magical kingdom. All right, Coco Zarita, Mr. Chile. What do we got? How was your experience, homeboy?
So it was such a good experience, super fun to see and really amazed on how much work it goes between all these 20 cars together, which is tremendous. And also really cool to see like the opinion of the other judges and you guys here. Everybody's very knowledgeable. So I also learned a lot from just listening to you guys. So it was such an amazing experience and good time hanging out with you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, man. And hopefully see you soon out there. Yeah. Thank you. Miles, what's up, man? Again, thanks for joining us.
Dude, it was such a great event. I mean, produced so well. Shout out to the producers and all the people behind the scenes. This is a lot of work. You know what I mean? Like this is a lot of work. So great job on that. I'm up here with all these legendary people, designers, Action Sports, drivers, yourself. It's such an honor. I want to thank Mattel for giving Dub and myself the opportunity, and we look forward to another one. I mean, this is awesome. The rides were sick, and it's the way it should be, recognizing people within our industry that put a lot of passion into their vehicles and giving them this outlet. It's a great opportunity.
Thank you. And I know you're all about vision, so thank you so much, brother. See you soon. All right. And last but not least, Colette Davis. I'll see you at the next stop. And I'm just going to tease it right now. October 24th, it's going down, you and me. And guess what? It's a Saturday. So if anybody's tuning out, you're going to want to tune in October 4th. But Colette, I'll see you then. But this stop, I think it was awesome.
This is amazing. Jared, I am so inspired. I already have my list of 3 new builds that's going to be on my channel. One of them is a Hot Wheels diecast, so I am just smile meter through the roof. Amazing builds. Again, huge shout out and congrats to all of the builders that made it to the competition. I mean, such a variety of high quality and fun builds. So shout out to everyone. I'm inspired, and this is a reason why I want to build more. I see other creators and their wild ideas, and it just pushes me to want to create more as well. So yeah, amazing show, and I think we might have a winner.
We got the winner. We got it. Here it is.
Yes.
We're ready. It's tabulated. Like Miles said, hard-working crew here at Race Service. So thank you to those guys working behind the scenes. And here is your winner. Your winner of round 6 of the Hot Wheels Legends Tour is the 1958 Chevy Apache. Yeah, round of applause. Yeah. Jeffrey. Yes, there it is. The Divergent Chevy, Jeffrey Machado, I believe, is that how you pronounce it? The Divergent Chevy Apache. 3 turbos, Chevy chassis. You put the Apache on top. You could see oh my goodness, well-deserved, well-earned thank you guys and gals so much for tuning in. The 58 Chevy Apache, I keep going to call it the Chapache, but the Chevy Apache will be at the finals in November in Los Angeles. Thank you for the time, for tuning in here today. And to all the builders, thank you so much for submitting their incredible vehicles. The Legend Tour continues here in 2020. What do you got something there, Ralph? What do you say?
It said clinched on the truck, so he clinched it.
There you go. So he had some foreshadowing there. So Brian, are you ready to tackle if this vehicle gets chosen as the overall winner and tackle this vehicle as 164th?
Absolutely. I'd love to get my hands on this one and execute it in 1/64th diecast. It'd be so much fun capturing all that detail, having that exposed engine with the 3 turbos. It's an incredible car, incredible build, and yeah, definitely worthy of being the ultimate winner if it came down to that.
Yeah, and Ralph, you chose this vehicle as the winner. I think we're ready to give you the keys, birthday boy, but this thing was, This thing's awesome.
It is, bro. It is 100% awesome.
And
through the roof.
Yeah, and Colette, you surprised me, man. You chose this vehicle. I would not take this as a Colette Davis whip.
You know what? That is part of the Legends Tour. I've just been inspired in so many different ways. We've seen all these different types of builds, and yes, this was my number 1 pick. I am so excited that this won this round. And also, warning to the owner. When I see you in LA, I would keep a good look on that vehicle, as I'm definitely going to want to take it out for a drive. So, fair warning. Fair warning.
Miles and Coco, you did not choose this as your overall, but I believe it was it in your top 3, Miles?
You know what? I don't even remember. It's been so long. I'm like, what did I pick, man? Jesus, I need to drink some water.
Yeah, and Coco, can you remember at all or no?
Yeah, for me it was my 3rd pick, and I loved it. This is insane. The only thing I'm missing is a clip of this thing burning out like white smoke everywhere.
All right, roll the tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing has been a.
I'll sign up as a test driver for the LA Alley.
There we go. There you go. Well, thank you guys and gal once again, and all our fans for tuning in. I think this has been a tremendous success. Thank you so much. I'm Jared Dienda on behalf of the whole Hot Wheels Legends Tour team. Remember, tune in October 24th. It's a Saturday. I know we moved this to Wednesday. And again, October 24th. It's a Saturday. Join us. You'll find out who our special guest is. Be sure to follow us at Hot Wheels Official on IG. We got drops for days. Again, Limit Dish Culture keeps it going. Again, congratulations. There it is. The Chevy Apache could eventually be adorned. That Hot Wheels Legends Tour trophy presented by Mobil 1. Other sponsors, Walmart.com. and Nitto Tires. I'm Jared Dienda. We'll see you online, or we'll see you another time. Peace out from Race Service here in Mid-City, LA. Send it.